Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Off the Top, a show that brings four guys together, talk about what's on our dirty little heads. And look who's back. It's our boy Reed. Glad to have him back. We all missed you, buddy. We all missed you.
After he ejected all the evil spirits from inside of him.
Yes, he had to get rid of those evil spirits.
I had to purge my soul of all its dark energy.
Yes, well, we're glad to have Reed back.
Consider my soul purged.
We had Tyler try to hold down the fort. He did not do his job very well.
Oh. Now I find that hard to believe.
He did all right. But yes, here, off the top, the greatest show in the world. Of course, we want to go ahead, and as always, we want to thank our sponsor, Anchor, for sponsoring us. For those of you guys who are listening to us, thank you for joining us on your respective platform. For those of you guys who are watching us, thank you. We appreciate you being here. We hope you enjoy our voices and maybe our faces. I don't know. Maybe just our voices will be the best. Some pieces of our face. Quick announcements before we get into the topics for today. Off the top.
Tyler's calling his dog. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I thought he was doing that to me. I was about he had to get kicked out.
He saw a picture of Reed and he couldn't resist.
Okay.
So beautiful.
That's how it is when you see Reed. But a couple of announcements. Off the Top now has its own official Twitter and Instagram. So I know we're doing, and you know it's great. Reed can just take over that Twitter, and then he can say he's a part of Twitter.
Sorry.
Got a little too excited there, Reed.
I forget how close I am to this guy sometimes.
He was a little too excited. But yeah, so now Reed, you can own the Twitter, and then you can say you're part of Twitter now.
Yeah, you don't have to make your own Twitter.
You don't have to make a personal one. I did it. We did it.
And then I can find all the meme pages and just harvest dank memes for us until the end of time.
See, look what we did. We found a
that could actually be my job. I could be the meme harvester. Like the farmer of memes.
Well, guess he gave himself a title. He is our meme gatherer. He will gather the
harvester of memes.
Yes, I am shit lord harvester of memes. So, harvester of the dankest of memes.
But if you guys do want to check it out, of course, on Twitter, it's going to be off the top number 8. That is off the top number 8. I don't know why it's glitching over on my end. And Instagram is off the top podcast number 1 on Instagram. And we also have an email. So if you want to submit a beautiful, delicious meme of the day for yourself, just want to do that, off the top podcast 14@gmail.com. Submit it. Let us see what you can do.
I think Discord's acting up.
Discord is acting up. It's being a little silly.
Always acts up. It's like Lyft and Uber. They never update it right.
Come on, Discord. Get it together.
Y'all aren't breaking up for me, though.
Well,
it was just glitching out for some reason. It was just glitching out on my end. So.
Y'all's screens are fine for me, too.
Same.
As you say that, Reed's mouth would no longer move for me.
It just stopped for a hot second. But yes.
It seems everything stabilized.
It's good.
Never mind.
Oh, it's good on my end, so we will continue. So yes,
let's press on.
Let's press on. Make sure you guys check us out on the social medias. We've got them now. We also have our YouTube highlight channel, so make sure you guys check out the highlights. It actually shows the video, a little bit of the video portion if you guys want to see our faces. So now on to the stuff. On to the good stuff.
What they came here for.
What they came here for is not Tyler. They did not come here for him. Sorry.
Oh, they came for me. They came for this beautiful face.
Turn his video off right now.
Tyler's like, you keep him. He's like, you keep him coming, and I'll keep him coming.
We're gonna have to shut that down. All right. Well, let's go ahead and now today we of course always start off with a good question of the day, and this question of the day is brought to you by none other than yours truly, Tyler. So Tyler,
the hentai king,
the hentai master.
Oh wait! I thought we weren't doing my question.
No, we are.
I lied.
I
lied. I lied.
Start it off.
All right. So what? So Tyler, what is your question of the day?
This may be dark for most of you.
Oh no.
But would you rather step on a puppy or run over a baby?
Ooh.
First off, they don't say. They never.
There needs to be context to this.
So wait, no. First off, you can work around the words here. Run over a baby means I can step over it while I'm running.
Or no, do you mean run over in a car?
He didn't specify that. He said run
yeah,
over
you'd have to be
a baby.
specific.
I will just run over the baby and not hit it.
Well, even if he had said run over in a car, you could still kind of get around that because you can technically run a person over, but if you straddle them in the lane and they miss all of your, mechanical parts, you can just zoom right over them. So, but so we either step on a. I'll entertain the question. I'll entertain the question because I understand where it's coming from.
Jared is too weak.
You either have to step on the puppy, or and I'll take it seriously, Tyler. When you're running over, you have to step on the puppy. God, I feel sick.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Reed. I'm sorry. Please continue.
I love dogs so much, but
he's crying.
But if you run over a baby, that's gonna be much
like
worse.
Ken said, you could just walk over the baby, but still be considered running over the baby.
Well, I'm following the spirit of the question, not the letter of the question. I'll step on the puppy.
Stepping on a puppy, it doesn't say how much of the puppy. I can step on the tip of its tail.
Can I step on the tail, please, and make it scream in pain and then cry because I heard it?
Jervis is too weak about my were you laughing about it happened or my reaction to it?
Oh God!
You found a doozy though, Tyler.
Oh God!
Thank you.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
So what do you think, people out there?
All I ask Jeremy is people let me know when they have people coming over so I can clean up a little bit better, but they don't do it.
I can't. My stomach hurts so bad.
We blame you specifically, Ken.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh.
All right, puppy or baby, guys. Puppy or baby.
Okay.
I already said mine. I'll step on its tail. It didn't specify.
I'll step on the dog. I'll step on its
he just said he'll step on the dog.
I'll step on the paw of the dog.
He's going for the paw.
You're gonna break a thing. Oh wow, you're gonna break a nail too.
I didn't say how hard.
I think stepping on the paw is actually more humane than the tail because the tail is part of its spine.
Exactly. See, I was being respectful.
Would it hurt more if it's part of the? I don't know. Because I weigh 200 pounds, so it's gonna hurt no matter what.
I mean, yeah, you got a big foot.
Like, which heals better?
The paw. That poor dog's tail.
Oh no, the tail. Because the tail has nothing weighted on it, but the paw does.
It has parts of its spine in there.
Yeah,
its tail is its spine.
It's just gonna be wiggling his ass differently for a couple of weeks. But
if it can wiggle its ass anymore, because that's its spine.
That's true.
I mean, it got this. It's just the
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, Tyler, does not.
Putting all that weight on that paw, though.
I'd rather someone hit my hand with a crowbar or hit my spine with a crowbar.
That's a good point.
That's
a good point. I'll take. You can put a cast on your hand. The spine is you got some big problems. you got much bigger problems with the spine injury.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not if I know magic.
Oh God.
If you know magic,
okay.
If you know magic, you got a lot less problems.
All right, Tyler, what are you doing? Are you stepping on the baby?
Don't worry about the puppy.
Are you running over the baby? Or are you gonna step on the dog?
Fuck that baby.
Dang.
But for real, whenever I see babies, I don't really have any attachment to them. I can't.
You see a dog and you just.
I can't feel. Yeah, I feel more attached to dogs than I do babies. Babies are just there's like, fuck you, baby. I don't know you.
That's just
like,
messed
fuck
up.
you, baby. I don't know you.
That poor baby ain't do nothing to
Why
you.
Are you looking at me weird, baby? Stop that.
Why are you staring at me, baby?
We got problems.
That's not the least of your worries, Ken, about you bringing a drink out of the bed.
I know.
Oh my God. For those listening to us on Spotify, I gotta talk. Literally, all you heard was a door slam on Ken's end, and you just see two people come through the door. Ken just looks back. It's just like,
no.
Hey.
It's my brother and his daughter's mom.
Ken was about to get snatched up into the darkness.
Did you say his
uncle?
daughter's
mom? I've been an uncle. She's like,
oh, okay.
She's in school.
Uncle Ken. Do you undermine?
She looks like.
Do you undermine your brother's authority?
Told you Ken looks like he'd be some kind of father figure.
She looks like She looks like Boo from Monsters Inc. a little bit,
Oh my god.
So she's adorable.
basically.
I'll show
Okay.
y'all later.
Okay. All right.
Hmm,
Thank you.
you might
Thank you, though,
present-
Tyler, for that question of the day. Thank you, Reed.
Mm.
Thank you, Reed, for holding it together as I.
As
I broke-
I
broke
He
that a little
lost
bit.
his shit.
I broke that a little bit.
I'm here to hold it down.
When
I
you
do have
wiped
a
your tears away. I knew you were done.
I do have a quick question that I found here that I think would be pretty cool.
Please.
How
Okay.
would how would humanity change if all of humans' lifespan, the natural lifespan of a human being, was significantly increased, let's say to 500 years? So everyone on Earth,
Ooh.
instead of dying around on average 80, we now die on average 500 years old.
We'd have a
So,
lot of people.
What
Ooh.
change-
It depends.
Resources.
Do our bodies still feel the repercussions of being old at 70 or 60?
No. Let's
Okay.
just say that like you
So it's
stretch
like-
out you stretch out the natural progression of
So
life.
it's like elves, basically.
I'm 20. Yeah, exactly. I'm 25, so I would essentially stay in like the 20s of my life until I'm like 300, and then at 300 you're in your 40s.
Oh my
Well,
God.
it could be
Dang.
a little bit, you know.
That's crazy.
You okay over there, Tyler?
Yeah, I just hit
I
my
thought
mic.
he passed out. He like headbutted the mic and went down. It looked like.
Tyler, what's going on? What is going on to this side? What do we eat?
I can't hang on.
Well,
We're elves now. I always wanted this.
I'd say, I mean,
No lies. Shit,
Oh, I've waited
always.
so long. Oh.
I'm immortal for a time being.
you're not
That's
necessarily
how all
immortal.
mortality works.
Come on,
I'm
Ty.
immortal for.
I'm
about
immortal.
50
I'm
years
immortal up
at
until
the
I'm
max.
I'm 90, and then I'm not immortal anymore.
I
wouldn't
am
mind living
immortal
for
until I
1500 years,
die.
though.
Really? Why would you want to live that long?
Just to see what the world would look like, though. Just to see
No,
how-
thank you.
Um,
I'm not going
This
through
fall-
the chaos.
This falls back to my talk about becoming a robot.
Well, I mean, if you become a robot, then yes, then you're an indestructible. You can go anywhere you want. If you're a super advanced
I
robot.
have accepted becoming the Watcher of the Universe.
yes.
You'll be like Mobius from the Justice League. You sit in a
But not-
chair. You just sit in a chair and just watch all of time.
But I'm not as agile, unfortunately. Or,
Yeah.
You
he's
don't-
not agile, but as mobile, I should say.
You only have
Yeah, 'cause
specific
his chair
traits.
can take him anywhere, man.
Yep.
You only
Anywhere
have
you
specific
go.
traits you can do. I mean, as far as what would happen, I mean, we probably would see more overpopulated areas because
Mhm.
Definitely.
resources would be very, very limited. We probably see some kind of not necessarily.
There'd have to be giant wars for like
It
No.
probably it
a
wouldn't.
long time.
It'd probably be like almost like people act like the end of the world is coming, so everybody's just
uh,
scattering
now,
for.
Or better yet, a small country or state, and we call it Valhalla, where people will go to for like warrior shit, the gladiatorial combat,
So what you're
And that's
saying
like-
is we need to initiate the Hunger Games.
basically. But the Olympics, but like the Olympics.
The Olympics version of the
Olympics.
So we're
the
just killing
Olympics
each
of
other.
war.
Yes, the Olympics of war.
Wait,
Why
first
is
off,
Tyler down
I think
for
we
this?
just made a new anime.
I think
I
we did.
think it could go.
Ooh.
I think it can go in a different direction.
What direction?
Because that also means the geniuses who can think of stuff and like actually made all these changes will live longer as well. So they know technology would be advanced way further as well because of that.
But would that be a
Yeah.
good thing? But that would
Like,
would that be a good thing though, if you think about it? Because like,
It could be.
pollution.
It
if
could
you-
not be.
I mean, it could be, but then it could not be because I mean, now people could say that technology is advanced much further than what we are as of right now. But I mean, I wouldn't mind living in a technological world. I'm not saying it's bad for me.
Technologic.
All those Assassin's Creed games would be
Technology.
weird because some of those people may still be around depending 500 years ago.
They'd be like, this didn't happen. This did not happen.
Ezio comes into the library and Altair's just sitting there in the chair, like, "Where have you been the whole time? I was sitting here waiting for you." you
I was on
asshole."
So does he
vacation.
not need to eat anymore?
No, he doesn't need to eat. He's well beyond that.
That's great.
Like, think about it. If we live 500 years longer, Leonardo da Vinci would have just died this year probably.
No, that's true.
And 500 years is just the average lifespan. There could be some people who live for 600-700 years. You know.
Just think like our average lifespan 70. Some people live over like 110. So that
Yeah.
means if you do the math, that means they could live almost like 150 years longer or something like that.
I couldn't
Mhm.
imagine saying I'm 496 years old. That'd just be it.
I'm level 496.
I'm the same level as my age.
No, first off, you can't go over 100. I'm level 96 fourth prestige.
Oh, stop.
Prestige.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I unlocked all the knife skins in Counter Strike.
I have all the reason I'm alive for so long is because I have what was the perk that in modern in the old ones that gave you more health?
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. I have Juggernaut on.
And you drank some Jugnog from the machine. Oh god.
Reed, man, we're gonna have your questions, man. They're just thank you. You're so good.
Well, I mean, I
Jeremy's-
thought that one was just interesting.
that
I think
is
Jeremy's needs to
interesting.
do the next one. I don't think he's had a question yet.
What do you mean I haven't had a question?
True.
A,
Have
phil-
you had a question?
a philosophical
A question of the
question?
day? No, have you had a question today since we started doing the Discord webcam stuff? Oh,
I've,
you
had,
have?
I've had one.
Lie.
Tyler, don't get a little fancy because you got a question today now. Don't get fancy. Okay? I'll bring one next week then, since apparently I didn't have one.
Mhm.
But thank you, Reed, for the philosophical question of the day, and thank you, Tyler, for the basic question of the day. We appreciate both
Yeah.
of you. That's a good one, Reed. Keep those coming, man. Keep those coming. And of course, our viewers. You're probably yelling at us like, "Oh, that's not true. That's not it. This is what would happen. We can't hear that." But send us your thoughts
Your
via
opinion's
email.
wrong.
Send us your thoughts via email. We'd love to hear, or not hear, but what you guys think as well.
I mean, they can send you an audio attachment file in the email, so they could.
They could do.
Actually,
They could
That's
do
too much
whatever.
work.
That's too
Just
much work.
type-
But
just type an email.
I'm about to say they could just type us what they thought, but Tyler wants to take it one step further. Send us your Snapchat and
Or
we'll
if you
add
send-
you.
If you send us an audio, we will not listen. Let's be honest.
Oh,
We'll be
If
like,
you send us a video, we will not click on it. Probably.
I will watch your video. I will listen to you.
that would make
Now the-
nobody want
Now
to.
that no one will listen or do anything.
Okay,
Love
well,
me.
all right, we're moving on. All right, let's move on to, of course, our loving memes of the day.
Woohoo!
Now,
That's
Reed
fascinating.
Reed
More
hasn't
than one.
seen. I don't think Reed has seen these yet, so this is gonna be great. This is gonna be fantastic.
I always look forward to meme of the day.
Good. And of course, we'll have to translate for you guys who are listening to us as we do
Mhm.
this. But we also there's one in here that's not a meme of the day, but I did think it was very interesting to,
It's like another question, basically.
in a sense, yes, it is in a sense. So go ahead and move over here. So let's talk about
Sorry about
Bless
that.
you, my son.
what was that?
That reminds me of what we talked about before we hit record
What
too.
was that?
You can bring that back up if you want.
All right. So the first meme
Another time.
is brought to you by yours truly, Ken. And it's there's some bitch dropped their eyeliner. Oh God, Ken.
Just to bring it back to porn because everything has to come back there.
Of
I've
course.
some weed.
I've seen eyelashes come down after the money shot, and that's kind of what it
Oh
reminds
my God. I would agree with that. I would definitely
It's
agree with that
just
as well.
like, yeah.
Rachel, my eyelash fell into my wine glass.
That's one thing that's always disgusted me about makeup. Like the idea of fake eyelashes. It's an irrational thing to be disgusted by. I just find it disgusting.
I mean, fake. No, I don't have a problem with fake eyelashes,
Or-
but when they're like
excuse me.
overkill fake eyelashes,
Or
and it's like too much.
or putting the eye stuff in the eyebrows. I'm just, or
Oh,
the
yeah.
eyelashes. I'm just like, ugh.
Well, that's why we don't do
Does
it.
that mean you
Reed.
don't like eye makeup at all?
Not necessarily no eye makeup. I just find the concept of doing that just
You know,
there's something
He
about
hates
it
fakeness.
that
So-
skeeves me out a little bit.
So I can be okay with the fake eyelashes stuff like that because men have the fake shake on hair that you fill in with. So
Well, I
What?
guess so.
you never seen the fill. So there's a. I can't believe you've never seen this before, Tower. They have those. There's things you can shake in that bald, like people who have thin hair, whatever in the middle are.
Uh-huh.
You shake it in, and it's like the same color as your hair, so it makes it kind of blend in.
And it's
It
not
doesn't
like
have strands. It just
it's
makes it the color
it's
of
not
it.
actually it's not actually giving you any hair. It gives the
looks like it.
appearance of having hair.
Indeed.
And that was the day. Tyler was never the same.
And that day we
That
all
was the
knew
day
Tyler.
Tyler tested it out. He shaved the middle of his dreads off and just shook the hair in.
Hell no.
I don't think it works that way, Tyler. When your hair is 3 feet long.
Come on, Tyler, take a
I'm about to
chance
say,
on
yeah.
Ken.
Oh no. I'm good. You got this, Reed. You got this.
You're not good at all. You're not.
I'm the one that's. You're telling everyone you got this one out besides me, who is the one that's balding.
It's okay, Ken. There's just for
You
men
got
for you.
this.
There's just for men.
You
Oh,
see
I'll be
it.
catching up with you pretty soon, Ken. I know it doesn't look like it now, but I'm coming around the mountain. I'm coming
poor-
around the mountain. When I
You
come.
poor souls. You poor souls. I'll be there in somewhere
I'll
soon.
shave your head, Jermis.
Don't worry.
Don't be
According,
looking down on me.
based off of my dad's set of hair, I'm probably gonna be there with you, but it'll be far worse.
What about your mom's side of the family?
They all still have a full head of hair.
I think. Well, I'm talking about the males in your mom's side. I hope you're talking about that too.
Yes.
Because because if I remember right, most guys get their gene for their hair from their mother's side of the family, but
Mhm.
there's chances that it.
I
could be
mean,
other way.
I mean, because my dad, he's, I hate to say it, and I'm sorry, forgive me. He don't listen to these anyway, but his father and then my father both look like they have clown hair because there's no
Oh
hair
my
at the
God.
top. There's like almost no hair at the top, and there's more hair, a little hair on the side, so they look like a clown. I'm just like, I pray to God I do not look like that.
Just shave it off at that point. If it
I
does
will.
that.
I will shave mine off. They won't
That's
do
what
theirs,
I'm
but I will
doing.
shave mine.
As soon as mine, because I can tell that mine, this part of my hair is going all the way back, and as soon as it gets to the point of no return, I'm just like, hey, just don't try to fight it.
What I'm
Don't
gonna
try
do,
and fight
what
it.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just shave my hair, and I'm gonna just continue. I'm gonna just let my beard grow out, so that way it balances.
I'm just
out.
hoping. I'm just hoping that I'll shave that. When if I do shave my head, my beard will just take over and just go across the top of it. So now I have a beard.
Yeah,
all the
like,
way
can I
across.
trade what's on here for going up there, please?
I'll keep the same texture of hair if it swaps places. Okay.
Very
That'd be
true.
some rough head hair, man. Some rough, coarse head hair. I know that.
But they don't get smoother with more washes. So yeah.
I don't know.
What was that, Tyler?
What?
What was
Oh, that was just a elongated. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next meme of the day. Oh, well, actually, let me before I do that, I gotta. Of
Did you
course.
exit out?
No, I didn't exit out. I'm still here.
I got
I
a
just-
forest with a
I just had to share the screen because I forgot to do that.
Oh,
All right. So this next meme of the day right here is brought to you. I think this is Tyler's.
that's still me.
Still you? Okay. Well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the next meme
Oh,
is.
you know it's me. Oh,
We know. The next meme is when she breaks up with her man and starts reacting to your memes again. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
My man, Kronk.
Kronk is he knows what he's doing.
Kronk is holding it down.
Kronk is he said he knows what he's doing. That's
Yeah,
that. You see
He's
that?
playing the long. He's playing the long con. Okay.
That's a brilliant strategist right there, though.
Yes.
Those who can play the long game.
Yeah. You know what? You could have had her first. You know what? You let her go with someone else first because you knew he was gonna crush her expectations. Now you don't have to reach as high. So now you are the apex.
He set the bar nice and low for you. He warmed up the crowd, as a comedian would say.
Oh wow.
Some people like
he
the
is the
warm seats.
finisher.
Yeah, like some people like to sit down on a toilet and go, "Oh yes, someone was recently here."
Ooh,
Now my cheeks are rosy too.
now I'm
Oh.
warm. My butt cheeks were cold anyway.
Oh my.
All right, moving on. I think the next one is Tyler's though.
It's Tyler's, I can tell.
Okay, if I can click on these dang things. Oh my god. Whatever. This is
Yeah,
Tyler. This is Tyler.
Yeah, he always posts the really bad ones. I
It's-
try to not do it as much.
All right. So this is me. Throws my mouse against the wall because it's not working. Everyone else at the vet. Why, Tyler? Why are you so violent? I've never met a man.
Yes, he's a violent person. You
I've
don't
never-
know him.
You talk to
I'm
Tyler
not a
and you
violent-
swear he's a nice guy, and then you just see the memes he sends me. It's violence.
It's not that much violence. It's good too. It might be.
It's not
Reed-
much violence. As
Reed-
the mouse is exploded against the wall.
Reed, I don't know if you listen or watched the highlights from the last podcast, but Tyler had one on there with Mike Wazowski with a child in the trunk of a car. And the you hear a child screaming mean. It was absolutely, I was like, why? What is wrong with Tyler? This man is crazy. He's crazy.
Or the Buzz Lightyear one.
Oh my god. Oh, we're not. We're moving on. We're moving next me. Here we go. This is Tyler's too. This is what I'm talking about. He says when you run over the neighbor's autistic child and they comfort you about it. What can
They
I say?
confront you about it.
Confront-
What can I say except
I,
you're welcome?
I said
You're welcome. You're welcome.
you're welcome.
It's like, I mean, yeah, you're gonna be sad, but ultimately you're not gonna be the work.
You're
Ultimately,
right.
you're not gonna be the workbench anymore.
Right, exactly.
At least there's no more screaming.
Be quiet. Be quiet,
So
Tyler.
that's what happened to Tyler. He got ran over.
That's what needs.
survived.
That's what needs to
Yeah, I
happen.
know.
He was the baby that
Oh.
got ran over.
He was the autistic child.
But mommy, I don't want to taste rubber.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
somehow that car corrected my chromosomes.
I'm better.
the car, the
think.
tread of the tires rewrote my DNA sequence.
It did what was unthinkable. All right,
I remember
now
one-
Turns
Oh.
out genetic engineering is easier than we
this
thought.
reminds me of one time when I was like, if I was talking to people and I was like, if I was a villain, my power would be to steal chromosomes.
Why- oh my god,
Fuck.
why would that
You
be
can
your
do a lot
power?
of damage that way.
True, but why?
I don't know. I was like, what's the dumbest power that would just ruin people?
And do you
steal their
need do you
chromosomes,
need to go to church?
and take his
Someone
chromosomes?
pray for him.
Oh, no, okay. Whatever.
I think Ken needs Jesus.
I think he does. I'm gonna come over there and help you out, man.
You left me. Don't act like that.
Shh, 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 shh. Don't talk about the untalkable.
I sent you something to read. You can look at it on your own. time.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah, I saw that.
let's remove it. We're moving on from here. Now this one's
needs a
not
lot
a
of
this
Jesus.
one is not a meme.
Oh,
But this is something I found interesting, and I wanted to see what you guys would choose. So basically, here's how it works for those of you who are listening. Basically tells you have $13 to assemble your team, and it's everybody from, I believe, all of the movies that came out from the Marvel Universe. And you have a $1 tier all the way up to a $5 tier. So your job is to choose your team, but you can only spend $13 on it. So boys, take a good look at this.
I already
Who-
got it.
Oh, you already got it? All right, who you guys got?
Mhm.
Who you got?
Okay, for me, I would definitely have to get Scarlet Witch.
Which way you got? Which tier is that? What tier?
That's,
That's
That's
tier
a
$4.
four. That's a
$4
$4.
$4 tier.
And then I'll
Okay.
get Thanos for that 5.
Okay.
Where's Doctor Strange at? Is he up
He's
there?
five.
Yeah,
He's
Doctor Strange,
five. He's
Never
$5.
mind, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah,
I got
so you-
I got $9 right now.
Okay,
so
so you're at
10,
9.
11, 12, 13. I can get one more forward level hero if I wanted to. So I'm gonna have to go with Vision.
Vision. Okay.
I would never do Vision after that last
Oh.
movie he was in.
But it's the future Vision that knows what.
Why did they get? I'm sorry. Why did they have Spider-Man up there with Scarlet Witch in the same tier? Scarlet Witch is way more
Well,
useful
because-
than Spider-Man.
Yes, but Spider-Man is physically stronger than Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, but she can just rip him in half with her brain.
True.
That is true.
True.
That is very true.
Yeah, telekinesis is a bitch.
It is.
All right, Ken.
I'm-
Ken, you
I'm
got yours?
thinking- Ken, you can go ahead. I'm still.
All right. So if we're going based off of we're going based off the movie logic, right?
Yeah, we'll go with the movie logic.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause this
Thanos,
is the
Go
cinematic
comic
universe.
book.
Thanos,
Okay.
Papa Thanos.
Captain Marvel, because in the movie.
Man!
First
Oh,
off,
okay. Yeah,
Tyler,
yeah,
in
true.
the
No,
movie
I can see that.
universe, she's too overpowered.
Yeah, she's extremely OP, so that would make sense.
Not
And-
really.
I can't pick Black Widow because she died, so obviously she sucks.
Oh damn.
Well, I mean, just like if you picked Quicksilver.
That's true.
Oh, you know what? If you
I didn't
pick
know he was
Scar-
$1.
You know what, Tyler? I can beat you. You
I
pick
can
Scarlet
beat
Witch. I pick Quicksilver. Was she gonna kill her brother?
Really? Oh, you gonna say that dark? I got you.
That's a good
Got
point.
you,
Ooh,
bro.
That's a good point.
okay.
I throw Vision in front of her, so you anger Wanda.
I could do $3 at the most. I think I would do
Drax.
no, I'm not gonna do $3. I mean, Drax is not bad if you go by comic universe.
comic
In the
universe,
movie,
yeah.
he's dumb.
Which is ridiculous.
I'll go with it's either gonna be Wasp. I think we'll go with Wasp for $2.
Okay.
Don't ignore that beer can. No, it's not. And I think
Naughty, naughty.
and
So
then
wh-
I think
Why
I
is
will-
War Machine $1?
I was gonna go with
Damn.
because he's crippled.
Still, that's...
I think we'll go with Bucky because he's a $4 cheaper Captain America. Let's be honest.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Captain
use his
America. Captain America is so much more capable than Bucky, and you know it.
They can both wield the shield. That's all that
I'm
needs. That's all
mad.
that's needed.
Groot is higher than War Machine.
I think I have my
Groot
team.
and
I was
I-
thinking
Oh,
Bucky.
whatever.
Yeah, but I'll stick with what I got. Go.
I am going to do Thanos for $5.
Okay.
I'm also going to do Thor for $5.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Then I'm going to do Groot for $2.
Oh.
Okay.
And finally, to round it out, I'm going to go with Nebula for $1.
Okay.
So Thanos, Thor, Groot, Nebula.
Okay. Interesting combination.
Everyone has picked Thanos. Let's remember that. Even though-
Purple Gang.
That's because Thanos is the man.
The only reason I didn't
And he was right.
Put the hands on everybody, basically.
I mean,
The
yeah,
reason I had
he
to pick Thor is because this Thor has the sword. He doesn't have the hammer. He doesn't have the hammer, and he doesn't have the axe. Stormbringer.
He's just the basic Thor.
Well, no, we're going by Thor with all the movie weapons and whatnot.
Oh, okay, anytime.
Oh
if,
my!
if Captain Marvel gets to be the most powerful version of herself, then Thor gets to be the most powerful. version.
True. All right. I think I'm gonna go with Captain Marvel
Mm.
on that one. I agree. I kind of agree with Ken. She's in the movies. She literally had no weakness. It was. I'm sorry.
That's why they had to keep her out of Infinity War and Endgame.
That's
for
yeah,
them.
pretty much. And then everybody went with
With
Thanos.
that
So
shit,
even
bro.
though
You're
I'm gonna
that
go.
Thanos.
I'm gonna go with Iron. I'm gonna go with my boy Iron
Thanos.
Man. I'm gonna choose Iron
Thanos.
Man.
Iron Man.
Thanos.
I like my
I just
boy.
don't think Iron Man is.
He's not. If
I don't think he's $5 worth.
I think he is.
I think he's worth $4.
Yeah.
For me, he's worth $5. Look, he
'Cause,
died.
like, you can still beat him. You can still beat him. Just take him out. The suit,
Iron Man
he's
cannot.
done.
Iron Man
Well-
cannot 1v1 Scarlet Witch.
No, he can't 1v1
Basically.
Scarlet Witch. No, he can't. I know that.
Crumble that motherfucker up.
But
in his suit
everybody-
and that.
Everybody went with Thanos, so I'm going with my boy Iron Man. I'm not leaving him out. I want Iron Man. Okay,
No,
and
let me
then
see it.
I'll do.
You know, Iron Man has built suits to fight Thor and like god level threats, right?
Yeah.
He has, but
In the
all got
movies,
balled
in
up.
the movies, he doesn't build his god killer suit or anything like that, but he does have suits that can withstand like Thor's magic. So maybe Scarlet Witch couldn't crush that suit, but
but
it
the
does-
thing,
Just
It
call
doesn't apply
Daddy
to-
Magneto.
so in the movies, yes, Scarlet Witch is only like her power is telekinesis and stuff. If you go by comics, though, she has the ability to just change reality, though, in the actual comics.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
she's an Omega level threat. There's no doubt about that, man.
Yeah, because
There's
I
no
think
doubt.
like at one point she just said she didn't want mutants to exist anymore.
Yeah.
And she got rid of them.
Killed them all.
Mhm.
She just made them disappear.
No, that's why she's a character you have to use pretty sparingly. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're fine. So Captain Marvel, Iron Man. I think I'm gonna go with Bucky too.
Bucky shoots people.
You need at least one character who's just good at shooting people.
The one that just kills people.
And then
Yeah, the one
Off-screen.
who's just good at off-screen murder.
and you know what? I'm gonna go.
Punisher.
I'm gonna go with my boy Groot.
Oh.
Hey, there you go. Groot's a useful one. He for $2, Groot is a steal.
Yeah, he's good. I'll take my boy Groot.
He's a bargain $2.
You know,
character.
the reason the reason I went with Wasp is because she can get small, go in your mouth,
Yeah,
and expand and your head
she's-
explodes.
I mean, yes, she could do that.
She is useful.
Mhm.
She is useful.
I
it's
was
no
thinking
doubt.
of I was thinking either for $2 it's either gonna be Wasp or Valkyrie. I was thinking too.
Oh, Valkyrie's a good choice.
Valkyrie's good too.
Yeah, she is good. I'll take that. Valkyrie's pretty good. Respect.
I would have gotten Falcon if he was $1.
I honestly think to say I was thinking
And he has drones and all types of stuff.
yeah, I was saying because I feel like him and Bucky would be similar, but no, I guess Falcon technically has more tools.
Yeah.
True.
Given his tools
Now-
can be
now,
more
then
easily
again-
taken away.
Then again, it has to be said that at the end of not the end of Infinity War, at the beginning of Infinity War, Black Panther gives Bucky a vibranium,
Yes, he has
which
upgraded.
is an upgrade, a big upgrade. 'Cause
Massive.
vibranium that's a game changer.
Mhm. He could
It
technically block.
absorbs energy.
He
He
can
could he could dent Captain America's shield with that arm.
he could technically just block bullets with it to gain energy and then punch someone.
Yep. Vibranium is a magical ass metal, man.
Oh, you're done.
You're done, son.
You're done. But that was our memes of the day, and I guess that's a question of the day as well. I don't know if it's. I guess it's. A
I don't know.
question.
Just
Hero,
random other questions.
heroes that we would buy for $13. There you go. That's what we're doing. They're very cheap for the amount of quality they bring to each other.
All right. And I guess I'll go over my topics, the next one up. So I guess I'll go ahead and start with that.
Let's do it. Go
Okay.
ahead and start us
All
off
right.
with your topics, Mr. King.
So I know last time we talked about Cyberpunk in the 15-minute gameplay show.
Number one
but
game of next year.
They also have said now, CD Projekt said there will be multiplayer for it, but it's not going to come with the launch of the game. It's going to come as an update for free later on.
Yes.
They haven't went in depth saying what kind of multiplayer experience it's going to be. Hopefully, it's co-op more than just a versus mode. I'd rather co-op with it, but
That'd be cool.
I would think that in an
That would be
RPG
awesome.
style game like that, there would be a co-op. I would think.
I would say there's a
well,
co-op.
it's also a first-person shooter, so you could go versus if you wanted.
Sure. Well, it'd be cool if there was like if there was like some sort of arena multiplayer where you could have like deathmatch and stuff like that, but also like you said, just go into somebody's world, almost like summoning in like Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think they were saying they were gonna do the game, then DLC, which is free with the game, and then something else after that, and
You
then
could kind of do it like Remnant almost, if
Yeah.
you think about it. You
It
could just
would.
have like people that can summon into your world through
Mhm.
some sort of location.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Be down for that.
But that's all there is to that story because they haven't went in depth besides saying it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And they
And
said there's going to be.
And Keanu Reeves, yay!
I think they did go on
Keanu?
record and say when they were expecting to do it. I think they said sometime after April. Wait, when? Yeah, because the game comes out in what, May?
No, it comes out in March.
It comes out in March. Okay, yeah, so sometime after.
You
I-
said it
I don't
comes
know
out in
why-
May, and you said the
I-
update is after.
that's why
April.
I was-
I'd hope so.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. I don't know if I'm right on that, but yeah. So they were saying that sometime after April, they'll probably have some multiplayer action. I don't know if it's gonna be like a beta or if they're gonna actually release it, but I know I was seeing something and it said that because what they're doing is they're gonna release the game, then they're gonna release free DLC content, and then after the free DLC content, it's gonna be the multiplayer.
Mhm.
So they didn't really give detail as to what the multiplayer was going to be and how it's going to work. They're just saying it's going to happen. So that's I'm ready for
glad
the game.
I'm glad that Grand Theft Auto set the trend that if a game is big enough and makes enough money, it's like here's the DLC.
Well, I
Just-
think
here it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
Grand Theft Auto rips you off because they make stuff so expensive. They want you have to buy shark cards.
Sure.
almost.
That is true.
Yeah, well,
That
hey,
is
hey,
true.
Ken.
Grind
No
for,
one
like,
said no one
hours.
said that anything was perfect and that game was without its problems. But I mean, come on, for the amount of content that they do give you through DLC is like no other studio is going to let you not pay for that.
Mm-mm.
Hey, you know what? Grand Theft Auto is teaching you real life values. Nothing's free.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
gotta work real hard for it.
There ain't no such thing as a fake car.
Hey, the product comes out for
That's
free
a
into
free
the
fake,
world.
free fake.
Product comes out to the world for free. You still got to buy it though, and it ain't free.
It's never free.
Either with your cash or shark cards, which is credit cards.
We do have to learn these harsh lessons sometimes.
And GTA 5 is going to be the one to do it. What happens when you put C4 in a cop car? You potentially could call the entire squad to come and kill you.
It
Yeah.
explodes.
Well,
And
as,
but
yeah,
if you
from above.
hide for 30 seconds, they just forget about it.
as someone who never once spent any dime in shark cards, I felt like I got a much fuller experience than I get in a lot of other games
If you have the time,
without having to pay for anything.
if
Yeah.
I have the time to dedicate it, I always go for that stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Now, have you ever spent money on microtransactions before?
Hell yes.
Have I?
Yeah, you read.
I'm
Oh.
sure somewhere over like my entire career of gaming, I probably have, but
Yeah,
not
'cause I know I
anything
have.
I can remember in the last like 5 years.
I've definitely spent money.
I
on
know I started to
microtransactions.
do it a lot more.
I'm sure I did somewhere, but
What do you mean spend money on Grand Theft Auto? Or
No, like just
But
like
microtransactions.
no,
microtransactions.
no,
Like
yeah,
any
literally
game
just
with
any
I
microtransaction.
haven't spent money on a transaction since 360. That
Yeah,
was
maybe
cool.
on. That's what I was thinking. Maybe one of the 360 games that I'm just not remembering.
so
but-
nothing
Yeah, 'cause, like-
recently, just more
No.
so like
no,
older.
nothing,
okay.
nothing that I can conjure into my memory.
Of course,
Destiny
Tyler.
broke my heart. Mm.
Of course,
And they tried to-
Destiny.
Huh?
I was saying, of course, Destiny did. It breaks everyone's heart.
Broke my heart because I really had hopes for that game. Then they just
Destiny.
I didn't
was,
play
Destiny. Was
Destiny.
my eye-opening experience where they were like, "Hey, pay us $60. We're going to give you like a quarter of what you thought you were going to get, and then we're going to charge you for the rest of it and season passes
$40.
and all that." And I was like, that was my first moment where I was like, I don't want this at all. Like, that's just not me.
Hopefully now that Activision's not a part of it, it'll get better.
No, well, let's hope, man.
Yeah, we'll see. I
And
mean,
let's hope that it can come to
oh,
PC like first and foremost, along with the like other release of the game on the
well, this
system.
month, this month,
Published on
I
PC,
think this
man.
month it's supposed to be transferring
free, I
over
think.
from Blizzard to Steam. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be doing like some kind of cross saving, and it is going to be like a free to play.
You
Now.
Wait, Destiny will be?
Destiny
yeah,
2,
Destiny. Activision does nothing to do with Destiny, so they got to take it off
No.
the Blizzard launcher, and it's
Oh,
gonna go to
wow.
Steam. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Activision owns Blizzard, which so
Yeah,
they're not.
true.
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
wow.
hold on, wait, what? Hold on,
That
what?
is a good. That is a good
Activision's
point.
been had the most shares of Blizzard for a long time.
Oh, wow.
hmm
That's why
Holy shit, did not know that.
if you look up the actual name of Blizzard, it's Activision Blizzard is the name. of it.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it even says it on certain games too, like Overwatch. You open it up, it says
So-
Activision Blizzard.
World of Warcraft did not save them from their demise.
Well, they didn't. I don't think it was that they didn't save them. I think they just. If someone offers you enough money, you fucking say sure.
I mean,
Mhm.
very true.
Your business can be doing well,
$18
but
million.
I'll
But
give
Yeah,
you
dude,
George Lucas. George
throw a
Lucas
rock
was
at
still
that lady's
making
face.
20
he
billion.
was making money hand over fist with Star Wars merchandise, but Disney came up and was like, "Hey, how does $4 billion sound?" And he was like, "It sounds pretty fucking good." Actually.
That sounds
It's
great.
like $4 million sounds pretty good, and I still get like I think if the rumors are true, he still gets 25% of the legacy characters. Like if they ever
Oh.
made like a Princess Leia action figure, or a Han Solo or whatever, or
Mhm.
Lego Star Wars, apparently he still gets like 25% of the cut of that action. So it's like
That's nice.
which is the reason
Yeah, that's
why
good.
at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, their new theme park, they don't have any of the legacy characters. The only ride is the Millennium Falcon, but they don't have any like references to Darth Vader or Yoda or any of that because they're like, we can't make him, give him any of the sweet
They
shit.
give him too much money.
They ain't trying to give it up, man.
How can they not give it up? They make so much
you see-
money.
It's fucking
Did you see-
Disney.
Disney
you see
literally
that-
owns the world.
Did you see TSA finally let up on the people bringing home the drinks from the Galaxy Edge?
No,
Is
I
it-
didn't.
Nah, I didn't see
Yeah, they
that.
finally allowed
What?
people to bring them home because they looked like grenades. You look them up, they look like little bombs. The way they're hold, so the TSA wouldn't let them bring them home before.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like that park is pretty barren and there's not much to do there. And the only ride that's there is like, it's okay from what I've heard. But yeah, Disney is they're going to be losing money before long. I mean, Solo lost them, like we said, in the last episode I was here, it lost them over, I think, like 300 or 400 million. So for the first time ever, Star Wars is losing money. They're not making anything off the merchandise. You mean to tell me you can buy a Rose Tico doll or whatever?
No,
Max
thank
still
you.
made more money than them.
I remember that movie.
Yeah.
I remember
Alright.
Max Steel. So anywho.
Max Steel.
I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk. Like I said, I want the game to be here. So and it feels like with the way time is flying, it's gonna be March, and I'm gonna be playing Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Speaking of which,
Bad boys, bad boys.
yes,
What you gonna do?
that was
What you gonna
that was
do?
something I did
Come
want to talk
for
about
you.
though. Bad Boys coming out with another movie.
That shit looks so
It looks
cool.
fire. I'm going to see it. I have to see it. I saw all of
Is
them.
the trailer out now?
It is out,
Yes.
and it's really good.
Sir, I just want to tell you, you're a very kind individual, and you just
It's
haymaker in this.
I'm
face.
so happy to see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence back in it with another one.
so good.
This is this
So
if
good.
if this was the last Bad Boys, I would be okay with that. Oh,
But yeah, I think
go ahead.
I was
Ian.
gonna say move on to the next. I was gonna say because we're trying to segmenting into it, we're talking about Disney. The next story that you put in there, Jeremy.
I did. Let me see. What,
I'm pretty sure it was you that put it in there.
did I put it in there?
CEO.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, we'll get into. Speaking of Disney and all that. The next topic. It's not really much of a topic because when I pasted it, it's really more so of a Twitter announcement that they did from the Sony's CEO about, of course, Spider-Man not being part of the MCU. So for those of you guys who don't know, Spider-Man's bye-bye from MCU.
Yeah,
So-
there's no more
So yeah, basically,
talks about it. Nothing.
yeah. So basically, the CEO from Sony Pictures stated that the door is pretty much closed on Spider-Man rejoining the MCU at the moment. So they're down the road could potentially be opened up to the possibility of rejoining, but for now, no.
They want to fuck it up some before they give it back to Disney to fix it.
Yeah, and there there really wasn't much
Marvel.
about it. He was just talking about, basically just that. And that was it.
And I saw.
I
that
can't
there's
say
also-
I can't say his name. Sorry, Kat. I didn't mean to.
You're
interrupt
good.
you.
I didn't know you were gonna figure
I
out
didn't.
that.
I can't say his name right, but Vinci Quera. Is that
Who?
right?
I don't know. I didn't have it open. Oh,
Hold on.
Vinci Quera.
Yeah, I believe-
Kidda?
yeah. That's the CEO.
Quera. Tony Vinci Quera.
Yeah,
something like
that's which is the CEO. I just saw that. And he was saying that between Marvel and Sony, and the Spider-Man will do just fine outside the MCU.
Mm,
Nice.
yeah,
So-
because you have such a great track record, don't you, Sony?
And so he's making some bold claims. Which, first of all, I'm very upset because now we don't get to see what happens after the last Spider-Man movie. So it's like,
No Sinister Six.
yeah. So do I even want to go see Spider-Man now? I don't know.
that. I mean, hey, you're gonna see. They said that he is gonna be in the Venom, so they're gonna bring him in.
Who's
I
Spider-Man?
don't know how.
What do you mean you don't know how?
I don't know how.
Venom-
Because you never introduced Tom Hardy in the Marvel universe,
Venom-
or
but-
somehow,
Venom and Hardy go to New York. They weren't there in the movie.
or unless they give us another fucking Peter Parker and then show us Ben dying over.
Well,
and
they
over.
did say that Tom Holland was still very much under contract, so they're gonna have to find some way to
Incorporate
gracefully
that.
eject Tom Holland from that world. So
I don't.
we're gonna have to have him just forget about Tony Stark, like his
The-
father figure.
Yeah.
The easiest way I could
It's-
say,
Which is gonna be
the easiest
hard.
thing- the easiest way I could see it happen is just like Spider-Man's been happening. Venom didn't take place in New York, so let's just say Hardy, as a reporter, got found a job in New York for a different
The Daily Bugle.
the newspaper,
Well-
aka Daily Bugle.
Was it-
And then he meets
Jonah
Peter Parker.
Jameson.
He meets Peter Parker working at the Daily Bugle.
Was he
and
still
he's
just
Spider-Man.
a reporter in Venom, or was I thought he was like
Yeah.
an,
He was
okay?
a-
He was still just
He
a
was
reporter.
and also in the comic books, he was also a reporter.
I knew he was a reporter, but at the end of the movie, was he still the reporter, or was he? I thought he
Yeah,
was
he
like.
was still a
No, he
reporter.
is. Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
he goes into Cletus Cassidy's.
Okay, I had to
Yes,
make
he was
sure.
interviewing him.
He was interviewing him doing a report for his newspaper about like
Okay.
serial killers.
I
and
just had to
whatnot.
make sure because I don't remember if he
Yeah,
went
so
up.
it's an easy way I can see him doing it. Just make him go to New York for some reason.
Well, see, yeah, but then you have to reconcile. Okay, so Tom Hardy doesn't know about the invasion of New York back in 2012. Iron Man doesn't exist, so where does Tony go from? Or not Tony? Where does how does Spider-Man reconcile that? Like, are they just going to pretend like he never met Iron Man?
Oh, like it never
existed. It's a whole different universe. Though. They don't even.
So yeah,
do
pretty
anything.
much he's not Spider-Man. Just it never existed.
Yeah, he just
he's in the
just
Venom.
never-
He's
what
in the
they
Venom verse now.
What they can't say is this: instead of Venomverse, they could say this is on Universe 616. No.
I would
They're not
almost
bring-
respect.
they're not
I would
gonna be-
almost respect them more. No. I think he's onto something. I would respect them more if they did that because you can't just have Tom Holland in like 5 movies and he's met Captain America, he's fought Thanos, he's done all this crazy stuff, and he's just gonna meet Venom and be like,
Hey,
like it all never happened. It's like I can't
Just give me
square
just-
that in my mind.
So basically, it's gonna be the same Tom Holland and Spider-Man, but
And he's gonna act the same way as he always has. He's always. Oh, I'm Peter. Oh.
So in one universe, Tom Holland became the super scientist with Tony Stark and became the protege. In another world, he became Peter Parker, the news reporter. working for
Mhm.
the Daily Bugle.
At least if they send him through a time portal, they can just erase that.
yeah, that would make.
part of
I can
history,
see that.
and New York never got invaded. There never was an Iron Man. There never was a Captain. And now there is just Venom, Spider-Man in their own world.
Kanye.
But I don't know, man. Sony just can't make. I mean, Venom was okay. Like that's the only thing I can.
It's
really
because it
say
wasn't
about
rated R, man. It wasn't rated R.
Exactly. If it was
They
They
rated
have
R,
to
it'd be
make it
a
rated
different
R this time. They have to.
Sony's been fucking up like Fox has been fucking up with the Fantastic Four.
story.
They're
Mhm.
still-
Fox isn't a thing anymore. They're owned by Disney, so it don't matter.
Exactly.
Well, no. I know where he was coming. Yeah, the last Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? There's the
And the last X-Men movie, which was a giant.
What one
turd.
of the last three? Well, was it 3 Fantastics? No, yeah, 3. The first 2 and the third one with the Black Johnny Blaze. And it was like, why would they do this? Why couldn't they just stick to one story and keep it going? But no,
They
They
don't
said they want to try something new.
Disney just bought Fox. They just need to delete Fantastic Four and just keep Doctor Doom. That's it.
no, delete no.
Yeah,
delete
exactly.
What Fox
Yeah.
made
cares?
and reboot it. Because the Fantastic Four
No.
are amazing. You get the Thing versus the Hulk. Which is
I
fun.
don't know.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I
not
think the
bad.
Thing versus the
That-
Hulk. The Thing would get his shit kicked in.
That's the
Oh,
Hulk.
yeah.
That's just pretty. You might as well have a movie about the Hulk just running at the beach. That's pretty much what it's gonna look like after he beats the Thing's ass.
That's what I never understood about people who are like, "Oh yeah, Wolverine Hulk is so dope, man." I'm like, all right, here's what happens when Wolverine fights the Hulk. He gets a couple of good slashes in. He cuts Hulk's arm. Hulk regenerates. He cuts him a little deeper. Hulk regenerates again. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where Hulk is just beating him down into the ground. And as soon as he tries to get it, like shamble himself back up, let's sit you back down. Let's sit you back down. And then he just walks away because he gets bored.
Well, there's already a movie about Hulk and Wolverine versus each other. Wolverine got ripped in half and thrown, other half of his body got ripped, thrown into a mountain, and he had to crawl to find the other half of his
Yep.
body.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Another instance is on Planet Hulk when Hulk came from the different planet and Wolverine jumped at him. Hulk grabbed him by both his arms and just beat him senseless in his face.
Yeah, and
Yeah, he
and you
did
could
his
always say,
skull.
and you could always say it's kind of similar to how I said about Demon Slayer, the guy who was punching the demon to death, and the demon could regenerate. He wasn't dead, but eventually it just gets to the point where it's like, I wish I was dead, because he's just gonna keep punching me. And in Hulk's case, it's even worse. At least in Demon Slayer, that's a human being. He's eventually gonna get tired out. Hulk could feasibly, if he gets angry enough, oh, I can't kill this thing. I'm even more angry, and then it's just Wolverine. Do you really want
The
to
Hulk,
Yeah.
because the Hulk feels like he's being insulted because he's not
Yeah, he's
strong
like,
enough to
oh,
beat
this
him.
this thing won't die. Well, I'll just keep getting stronger and keep hurting him even worse. And Wolverine just has to sit there and just eat it and eat it and eat it.
I
for the
couldn't
end of,
imagine
until the
being in
end of
that
time.
position. That would be
Somebody-
painful.
God no, man.
That
I
would
was
be
gonna hit it
painful.
harder.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting you harder and harder and harder, and you're not gonna be able to do shit.
That's too
The
no.
only thing he could do is just try to somehow puncture the Hulk somewhere in his brain where you could knock him out.
Or
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
I'll get one lucky stab in, and I'll stab him through the ear, and that'll puncture his brain stem. And yeah, of course you could write it that way if you really
Can
wanted.
finesse that pretty
But
well.
realistically, within the rules and the context of their own worlds, Wolverine is getting smushed.
Yeah, he's
Hey.
gonna be a pancake.
Comic world, Squirrel Girl beat Thanos by
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah, and Deadpool killed the entire Marvel universe.
There you
And
go.
apparently Squirrel Girl and Wolverine had a thing too at one point.
Yeah, anything's possible these days, man.
Big booty
Anything
squirting
can
booty
happen.
Judy.
Okay.
I mean, she should be able to handle nuts, so.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
she knows her way around some nuts.
Yeah, a lot of them. Whole bunch of right in the mouth.
You're like white, black, Chinese, or Jewish. She knows all the nuts.
She knows all the nuts in the sea. But yeah, yeah.
I'm a fan of almonds, but my favorite are Chinese.
I prefer cashews over peanuts, thank you. But
Mm.
yeah, so no hope for Spider-Man right now, and who knows? Spider-Man's probably gonna go down
Well,
just a bit.
it depends. It depends on whether or not they bring him into the very next Venom movie. If excuse me, if they do that, there is no hope whatsoever that the next Venom movie is going to be rated.
No,
There's no way.
absolute
There is no way Tom Holland
No.
is going to be in a rated R Venom Spider-Man cross. It's not going to happen.
no way.
It's going to be another PG-13. Venom is going to be biting people's heads off screen, and all of the cool violence that we would like to see from
Ain't gonna
Venom. You know, the
exist.
thing that we're actually there for. We're not going to.
Not gonna exist.
Hey, but I mean, if we expect that, though, can we be as upset if you
Yes.
expect it to be that way?
I reserve the right to be
You
upset
could,
about that.
technically, you
yes.
could be upset because you know what you want and
Because
you're
I
not
like-
getting it.
I like Venom, and I said this, when we were originally on, PCP talking about Venom. Venom is the type of character that I want to see a rated R movie about. In the same way that Wolverine, I like him in all the other X-Men movies, but that very first scene in Logan, when he gets out of the limo and you see him slice a dude's arm off, and then he turns around and stabs a dude up through his jaw, and the blades come out of his face. I'm like, why was this not here before?
Because
Like this is what I want to see with Wolverine. I want to see a dude get stabbed through one ear and the blades bloody chunks fly out the other side. I want that rated R version. And the same goes with Venom. I don't want to see a PG-13 Venom. That's just lame. You're
whack.
You're misappropriating the character, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that's just me.
No, I wouldn't. I would like to see a rated R Venom. I think.
It's-
I think it
it's-
would be better
For
because
Venom, it's a really gray area because Venom has never really been super evil either.
he's kind of been what neutral.
You
like
could use
in
the
between.
serial killer version of him.
Yeah,
Not
but
the
that's
Eddie Brock reporter. You could use it as like Eddie Brock, the guy who got bullied and beat by his father, and then eventually went to prison, got out of prison somehow, and got the symbiote, and all of his dark impulses were now completely amplified. And he
Yeah.
decides, I'm gonna. And what you could do is you could make it. Don't make it a superhero movie. Make it a horror movie where we follow the monster. That would have been
would've been
really
cool.
cool. That would have been
Yeah.
cool.
Like,
It's like he's slicing people in half diagonally, and we as the audience are like, "Holy fuck!" But we've never seen that from one of those characters. It would have been unique, but instead they go for the generic PG-13.
Prototype is the Venom game. Is the rated R Venom version.
Yeah, and I would have liked to see that, but oh well.
I remember Prototype. That was fun. Game to fuck around with.
I know, right? Prototype should have a third one and make it co-op at least. I would love to jump.
I
around
remember when the
and
first one was
around.
going to be co-op at first, but then they didn't do it.
Yeah, they lied. It hurt my feelings. We need another Hulk game.
We're not
for like
we are
Hulk
getting
off
one.
of the
It's
circuit.
called Avengers.
True. No, it's just not the same. I want to fucking power drive people off the top of fucking buildings
Mm.
into the streets.
Well,
This is a rated R game.
speaking
All right,
of
so we're
not,
gonna-
not
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say. All right. I was gonna say we can get our. We can get the murder stuff and the PG-13 Venom still at the same time. The way it's gonna work, Reed, instead of blood, there's gonna be hit sparks like on video games. So like when he punctures someone, just like sparks come out of their body instead of like Power Rangers.
If that's the compromise we have to make, I suppose stomach it. But I would really love to see. I'm telling you, man, Logan,
it's like I'm thinking like we're like how the anime girls throw up and it's rainbows that come out when he
they,
bites someone.
they never puke vomit. They just
It's
eat
sparkles and
rainbows.
rainbows. When he bites someone's head off, that's what comes out the top of their neck is sparkles and rainbows.
Yeah. Oh, man,
God.
I'm telling you, Logan proved that you could do dramatic, not necessarily dramatic, but Deadpool was rated R and it was a comedy. Logan was a drama. I'd like to see a rated R horror superhero film myself. Maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get that from somewhere else. Yeah,
It's
Brightburn. I
Maybe-
think
I was-
Brightburn is rated R, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
basically-
haven't seen that, so maybe I need to go watch that and shut my mouth until then,
Oh,
because I actually haven't seen. But good call though. Good call, Brightburn. I didn't think about that.
Speaking of shutting the
I'll have
mouth,
to go sample that.
speaking
Alright.
of shutting the mouth, this next story is gonna have you shut your mouth.
Mm.
Not really. It's just I'm just saying. But there was a Christian woman who was fired for refusing to work on Sunday and was awarded $21 million in a lawsuit.
What company was it?
I don't know. I don't think they told me the
Chick-fil-A?
company. No, it was definitely not.
No, Chick-fil-A ain't doing that.
Chick-fil-A is
First
closed
off,
on a
you
Sunday.
think that is definitely a lawsuit you would win. They're closed on Sundays. They told you to come in and work.
So here's how the story works. So the lady's name was Marie Jean Pierre. That is a very exquisite,
name.
very French. She
could
worked
possibly
she worked as a hotel dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of the place? It told me the name of the place.
The Conrad Hotel.
Conrad Hotel.
Mhm.
Between 2006 and 2016. Basically, she says, "I love God," that she told the NBC 6 Miami. So no work on Sunday because Sunday I honor God. So basically, she did work on Sunday, which is why she wasn't able to actually work. But her boss would schedule her anyway for Sunday. So she would try to consistently. She was trading shifts and working, trying to make sure she had the time to be able to go do what she did at on Sunday. And her boss basically told her, it was like, well, look, you got to work your shift, otherwise you're getting fired. And she's like, I can't and I won't. And he was like, all right. Or they were like, all right, you're fired. So she went to the Equal Opportunity Commission and pretty much told them about what was going on and then went to court. So the jury, federal jury, ordered the hotel to pay $36,000 in lost wages,
Ooh.
$500,000 for emotional anguish, and then $21 million in punitive damages. So that
I mean, that is illegal. You cannot go against people's religious beliefs when it comes to that stuff.
That is very
Those-
true. So I mean, it was very justified, and
God
I
had
feel
that
bad for the whole-
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like God was like, bitch, I got you. I got you.
the Lord was
You
like,
walk into my house.
"You
All
pray."
I ask is after you get this 21 million, go enjoy yourself at Chick-fil-A.
You go to Chick-fil-A on Monday. You can't go on Sunday. On Monday, and get as many chicken sandwiches as you want.
Well, hey, man, that's an open shut case of religious discrimination. Whatever your personal beliefs are, you can't deny that.
No.
That's discrimination.
I mean, that is very true. I mean, if you believe something and it's part of your belief system, and you're a company, and it kind of also shows too how messed up companies are, because it's like she's made a statement that she couldn't work on Sundays. Why would you not just
Mhm.
change her shift? Instead, you tell her, well, you don't want to work the shift. I'm gonna just keep scheduling it for you and then fire you because you didn't work it.
If she
It's
had
not
people
fair.
she could trade shifts for on Sunday, that means you could just schedule that person on Sunday
Right?
instead.
Yeah, you can do. It's like bosses and companies sometimes just don't care. They don't care about the people that
They
actually
don't.
help make them the money that they, keep
I'll
them
tell you what.
business.
If a company has to lose that kind of money, whoever made that immediate decision, whoever
Oh,
like-
they're fired.
her direct supervisor was that made that decision, done.
Yeah, they're definitely.
You are out of there, man. You lost us almost
You lost-
22 milli.
You pretty much lost she almost pretty much had 22 million off of that.
Yeah,
This lady is set for life.
$21,536,000 total. Oof.
I said, why
Oh.
does this type of situation always happen to people but not to me? That's what I said.
Yeah, her grandkids are gonna be fine.
They're gonna be great. I
That's
thought
because you didn't work it out right. You didn't play the game right, Jeremy.
What I've learned, the older I get, is everything's a hustle.
The hustle is deep.
Yeah.
And steep.
Oh.
Oh, wow. What happened?
Sorry, nothing. People just don't know how to be quiet.
Oh Lord, here we go again, Ken. This is
Adorable.
thing too. Hey, come here, boo.
Yeah, come here,
Okay.
boo. I'll throw your ass out the window.
Man, that's
Oh.
funny. You know what's funny though? It's like
She's spoiled. She deserves it.
I don't know the exact percentage of how many people who are Christians are in the world, because I'm pretty sure it's probably changed since the dawn of time. But
Something like 1 out of 3, I believe,
I think so. Yeah.
or
So,
1 out of 4, maybe.
but it's very interesting that a lot. I'm surprised. And I mean, I could understand why it's not done all the time, because it wouldn't make sense. But it's very interesting the fact that there are certain people who don't bring this up. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people who have a variety of different religions who probably do
Mhm.
things that go sort of are against the religion or belief.
Because
the
they feel the
workplace,
pressure,
right,
of,
'cause they feel like they have to
society and
work.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, so they feel like they have to work, but it's like if there was more things enforced, and I think this comes back to companies, because especially I don't know about other countries outside of America, but in the American workplace,
Yes, they have religions as well.
I know they have religions, Ken.
Oh, okay.
How about you focus on the people that are in the back over there talking?
Are you trying to say God only
No,
exists for America?
no. He exists for everybody, however you imagine him.
Mm.
However you imagine him, he exists for you. Except for Tyler. Except for Tyler. His dreads. He worships his dreads.
Yeah, like, except for Tyler, he has no God.
He worships his dreads. That's
He
his
abandoned
God.
them long ago.
Bless my dreads.
Many years ago.
But I realize, the workplace in America is sort of messed up in a sense. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the greatest either. It's not.
Mm.
And, I mean, congratulations to this lady. Shoot, you got $21 million in your pocket for standing up.
You ain't working in that hotel ever again, or
Oh,
probably nowhere else for the rest of your life.
Yeah, she really doesn't have to work anywhere anymore. So congratulations to her. I mean, she stood up to her job, and now she doesn't have to work there anymore. So Ken,
Nope.
that's what you need to go do. That
Mhm.
you need to go to take care of that. I need
Yeah.
to hear you did a lawsuit for 22 million.
I don't want to make any jokes because then I'll be joking on religions, and I don't want to do that in the podcast. I'll do it afterwards.
I'll do it afterwards.
I'll do it afterwards. So that
Yeah,
everybody-
we're not here to alienate
All right.
whatsoever at all.
But yeah, so congratulations to her for winning that lawsuit. That's awesome. One in a rarity, I say. One in a rarity. Now let's get to some smashing, specifically
Oh,
Super
wow.
Smash. as Super Smash announced a new character, which I
Yeah.
don't know really who it is because I didn't.
Terry Bogard.
Terry
from
I-
Bogard
I
from
know
Fatal
I know
Fury.
the characters, but
Well,
I
that's
never
from Fatal
I
Fury.
I never played the game, so
Oh, what?
I didn't. Sorry,
You never played-
I didn't play the game. I'm sorry,
Wow. Okay.
Tyler. Don't even start with me, buddy. Don't even start.
Me.
Don't
Don't
start.
start.
But not only that, they also announced skins for the Mii characters, and one of the skins was from Sans from Undertale.
Mhm. And it comes with Megalovania the song as well.
No, it's funny. I never played Undertale.
I didn't play
That's
Undertale
fine.
either.
Oh, never
A
mind.
buddy of mine played that and said it was really good, and I never bought it.
I've
I
heard
think
it's really, really good.
I've watched people
$20
do their
right now.
playthroughs of it.
It looks fun.
I think it's always been 20. Undertale.
Oh, it's always been 20. Oh,
I
it might
think-
didn't.
I think so.
It's never been full price or nothing.
Hmm.
Hey,
But yeah, I
So
don't
I'll grab
know.
it one day.
Reed, I don't know if you
hit
saw the
microphone
trailer.
with the thing you're throwing.
Oh,
What?
yeah, Tyler.
You
I
were
saw the
throwing
trailer.
something and hit the microphone.
Well,
It's
I have
on
no
you.
idea what you're talking about, sir. People,
But-
do you know what he's talking about?
You
It
didn't
must
get
have hit you. It
Whatever.
must have hit you in the head then.
But I was wanting to get your guys' opinion on both Terry coming in and then Sans as a skin on Undertale. What are your thoughts on that?
It's good.
Well, I like Terry. Some say that he looks like an older version of the Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, I've seen those memes.
He's just
A
I
more
like
fit
him. I like
version.
Terry Bogard. I would have loved someone from King of Fighters though. That would be dope.
Well, don't leave anybody out because Nintendo announced that after the Fighter Pass, they're gonna announce way more characters apparently. So we're getting
Well, Well,
Shit.
we're
they're not
getting-
announcing more characters. They announced there's a second season pass, Fighters Pass. They're doing.
Wow.
oh they announced a second. I thought they just said they were creating more characters for Smash.
They are in the second Fighter Pass.
Oh yeah, so we're getting more characters. So I'm like,
Yeah. They haven't shown the fifth character for this Fighter Pass yet either.
No,
Yeah.
I don't understand how many more characters we need. My library was already full.
Look, I can feel Tyler calling for Sora to be in there.
No,
Sora.
if Sora's in the game, that's it.
I need you.
He's my main. Him and Kyrie need to be in there.
No, Sora just needs to die. Fuck that. I'd rather have Kyrie and Riku or Kyrie and Lee.
What?
You're not gonna get two
Have
characters.
Axel.
Don't talk about
You're
my
not getting
Give me Axel.
bro,
Screw
bro,
everybody
whoa,
else.
whoa,
Everybody
whoa,
else
bro,
die.
bro.
It would be Sora.
Well,
we know it. It has to
Sora
be
would
poster
be
boy.
the character. First of all,
No.
First of all,
Axel.
Well, his lips have
Okay.
lip balm on. them
Okay,
if he
so-
gets-
No.
Tyler, let me explain something to you. Do you understand how much of a player Sora is?
Sora
Okay.
ain't no player.
He is a
Everybody
player.
loves Everyone loves Axel.
Axel is
You don't
pictured.
love Sora.
People love Sora.
Reads
You
him
know
with
why
that
people?
funny.
don't.
Do you know why people love Axel? They love
I don't
Axel
know what
because
to
he is the
I don't either.
good-looking bad guy. That's what he has, that look about him that's like, oh, I gotta have
Let's be
that.
honest.
Sora's like
Got
the
it
he's like the
memorized.
nice guy that finally gets the girl, but Sora he's been doubted because Sora is a player. He's gone through all of the worlds. He's seen all of the Disney princesses. You not telling me that at one point they ain't smash him a little bit. Give him a
No,
little.
they ain't.
They did.
I think-
They didn't meet Axel. They did not meet Axel. So I don't care what you say. Don't put some respect on my boy Sora. Put some respect.
Nah.
Put
he get
some
no
respect.
He
All
died.
right.
You don't get
You
no
know what?
respect.
I'm gonna invoke a new question of the day right now.
What?
Everyone here, who would be your top pick for Smash if you could pick anyone?
Ooh, that's hard. That's hard.
That is hard.
That's hard.
Anyone go? Anyone?
Like, does it?
Anyone?
Does it?
Anyone that is a video game.
Any video game character? It doesn't matter from.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I mean,
matter the platform or the
obviously-
generation.
I don't think it should matter. I mean, Joker.
Spyro. Fucking Spyro.
You know what?
Crash
I actually have a
Bandicoot.
good answer for you, but I'm gonna hold it. I
Why
have a
would
good.
you-
It just
why
it just
Spyro?
appeared in my head, and I hadn't thought about it before.
Why
Why
Spyro?
Yeah, why Spyro?
Because he has a glide ability. His up B can really be a headbutt going.
Hold
up
on,
and
but
down.
which version? Because you know there are different variations of Spyro.
Okay. I want to go the variation before we got to the dope fiend looking Spyro that we had in Skylanders. I hated
No,
that.
there's-
the
there's
the
other
dope
Spyro
fiend
where he has,
looking version.
Are you talking about like the old ones, like Rip Those Rings, Spyro? Like that?
Yes.
Okay. the
Oh,
old
okay.
Spyro. Then.
Oh, Spyro.
Yeah, because they had games before Skylander that had
Yeah,
Spyro.
I know. That's what I said. Everything before Skylanders, because Skylanders, Spyro just
Yeah,
looks like
I
he
guess
did
that would
so
make
much
sense
heroin.
because I know Spyro had like when he would like he had like a super form or something like that. He could shoot laser beams out. That would be like his final smash or something like that. His mouth.
Yeah,
Oh.
or either a fireball or
So, but what about this? What
Firefly.
about Spyro from Spyro: The New Beginning? That was on the GameCube.
nah.
Ah,
Nah, nah.
I can
has to
see-
be nah.
I could see that being the Spyro that they would choose for
I
Smash.
want to reach for my Spyro game. I got it right over there.
It came out on
It's
Switch
so
now.
far away.
And it came out in Steam also, Spyro.
I did. I gotta get it.
I heard Overwatch is also coming to Switch.
Yeah, who cares?
Hey,
Oh damn!
watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Okay.
Is
Sticks
this
It's a
one-
sore spot
on-
for Jeramis.
Watch your
On
mouth.
top. Oh, hey. Why didn't you? That's gonna be Jeramis is probably someone from Overwatch since it's coming to Switch. He's gonna say Diva. He wants Diva. Her recovery move is the booster. It's already there.
She's just gonna nerf
It's
it.
already built for her.
She's gonna nerf half the
Or
screen
Final Smash is the explosion blows them off screen.
before she died. Nerf this. Everybody dies instantly. That would be. She'd be too OP in a Smash. Reed, who you
Alright.
got? Who you got, Reed?
I'm gonna go with an obscure reference that you guys you may or may not know. Vector Man from the Sega Genesis.
Ah!
Oh.
Holy shit!
Wait,
Vector
what?
Man.
Is Vector Man an assist trophy already?
I think he is.
I think there's already a bubble guy. Well, no, wait, it's just someone that looks like him. I don't think it's Vector Man because Vector Man's green, isn't he?
Vector Man is a bunch of green spheres
Yeah,
that
no.
construct a person, and he can
was-
double jump. He has 2 sonic cannons. I'm not sure what his final smash would be. You'd have to work that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vector Man. If I hadn't picked Vector Man, it would have been Crash from Crash Man.
That would.
Ah,
I could see
Crash.
Crash. You know,
I would
I'm
have liked Crash.
I'm
in
gonna
there.
go. I'm gonna go with a one that would never ever be in Smash, but I would like
What?
to see how they would do it. The guy from Ape Escape.
Oh,
He
red
can be in there.
dude.
I can
What do
see.
you mean he
I-
couldn't be in there?
No, I'm saying I don't think they'll ever put him in there, but I could see him working in Smash because he would have. It'd be pretty
Bomberman.
fun.
First off, you can't be saying they'll never put Ape Escape Man in
There's
there.
a billion
when
characters
they put
that-
Banjo Kazooie in there.
Ken. The reason why I say that because if they listen to this, then they'll do it because they'll think I won't. And I had to sell my whole plan. I had to. Now, look, Nintendo, make it happen, please. Please, put the man from Ape
All right.
Escape. I think he'd be
Or
good.
Bomberman. I say Bomberman.
Bomberman's an assist trophy already.
Yeah, no.
Oh man, that's so
Bomberman, I can't see Bomberman. He doesn't have. He just fucking throws bombs down. That's it. He can't do nothing else.
I mean, that's it. That's all you need is some bombs.
He's gotta have combos. He's gotta have different smash abilities.
He could have little bomb, big bomb. He could
bombs
go
are
boom
an
boom.
item. We don't need a man that just fucking makes.
He could go
bombs.
boom
What do you
boom.
mean?
He could go boom boom.
Okay, what about let's see, Croc from that Croc game for PlayStation.
Croc from Croc. Thank you.
Jack, no, Jack. and
Croc
Dexter's
from the Croc
PlayStation.
game.
It don't matter if it's PlayStation.
Oh, okay,
He said
yeah,
any-
Jack and
You could put
They- they took-
put both Jack and Dexter in there. Yeah.
You know,
You literally, it don't matter if it's PlayStation. They have a Microsoft character, Banjo and Kazooie. They got Joker, who is not even on Nintendo.
yeah, that's true. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Nathan Drake, put him in there.
Fuck that.
Who
No.
did it?
His ass
Nathan.
can sit on PlayStation All Stars and die.
Put Nathan.
That's fucked
Did
up.
you see that there's
Kratos.
a leak for a new
Hey.
new All Stars?
No, that's a terrible idea. Anyway,
Excuse
the
me.
last one sucked terribly. So
Look, I'm just telling you.
Doom Marine.
Doom Marine would be cool.
That would be
His
it.
final smash should be
No,
the
no,
BFG.
that's Mortal Kombat. That's more Mortal Kombat.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
it don't
any
matter.
game.
You have
Yeah, but you want to unleash the true Doom guy. I mean, dude,
Hey,
are you really gonna see blood and guts on a Smash Bros?
You don't
game?
need to see blood and guts. You
No.
see people shoot people with guns and smash already anyway.
But all you see
Exactly.
is stars and shit.
that's all we
So like,
need.
when Doom got curve stomps Mario, you see a fucking rainbow come out.
There doesn't need to be blood.
Tyler, why are you
It's
so
Smash.
gory?
It's Doom guy.
Why are you
Doesn't
so
need to be blood.
violent?
It has to be violent.
Oh my god.
He's like, if I see Doom guy, I want to see death and destruction.
All right, yeah.
Basically,
So basically, he just wants
Oh.
to see him in Mortal
Why
Kombat.
doesn't Spyro incinerate them and they turn to ash? in
Exactly.
This, you know, fatal,
because
position?
he was born carefree.
He blows fire out his
Yes,
mouth.
but you don't see blood and shit. You just see cartoonic. Oh, he
You
got
see
burnt.
you see them
He
go
fell
into
over.
you see
He
no
could be.
you see them
Could.
go into ash.
or
that's what-
cardiac arrest.
You do see people turn to ash and then turn to dust, which is very gory technically.
That is pretty bad.
Not
pretty
That's
really.
murder.
Not really. 'Cause
That's-
That is murder.
That is
That's
arsony.
How do you pass out as dust, Tyler? What the fuck? Are
It's
you
pop. You fall to the fucking ground as dust.
Damn.
Conquer from Conquer's
I'm-
Bad Fur Day would be another good one.
Yeah,
That'd be a good one.
his
I'd
final
like to
smash.
see-
The final, his, final,
Possible.
his final smash has to have the sunflower girl with her tits out.
All right, I'm down for that.
Either that or the singing.
Look,
theme.
you got Tyler over here disappointed. Look at his face.
What he does. All right, I'm gonna wait. There's gonna be a house fire. Someone dies.
Uh-huh.
Ambulance is gonna show up and says he's passed out. Get him to the hospital. Man's just a fucking smoldering corpse.
Oh my god.
Just add water. He'll wake up.
What? No.
Speaking, you know what? We're gonna move on because speaking of Nintendo, I don't know if you guys saw this. Yeah, so remember when? What was that?
My bad.
So Nintendo, okay, so there's no name for this, but Nintendo announced a new fitness device or devices, and they're very weird. They're weird. Like I have no explanation for it. So like one is a circle, and basically and there's a I guess it's a, but basically you can take it and you can do like this with it to stretch. It has the Joy-Cons on there, and then they have one that's for your legs that you put your Joy-Con in, so it makes it look like it's like a pistol holder. And I guess that uses the sensor. Yeah, they have no name for this. That's the problem. So I don't know what to call it. But basically, Nintendo just said, "Hey, we're gonna bring back Wii Fit for the Switch, and make new devices for it."
They're gonna have the deluxe version where you have to pay a subscription fee where they send an actual trainer to your house that's dressed up as a Wii Fit trainer
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
in a morph suit.
That would be great. They have no face or anything, but they're talking to you. Let's do this. Go, you got it. That's the premium $500 edition of the Switch.
Ergonomics.
But it's really, really weird. So, Ken, I think we should get it.
I'll let you try it out first.
I'm not getting that.
Yeah, try it out first.
No, let's.
You have to be the beta tester.
Yeah.
Tyler would be the beta tester.
The beta tester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jameis would be the alpha.
The alpha.
I used to watch the Yogscast, and that's what they always called it. They always called it a beta.
And
The beta tester, the alpha, and the omega.
And you know what the weird part is that if you watch the trailer for this thing, it's weird. It doesn't look like who would use this?
I
That-
gotta
Anyone.
see it right quick.
It's the same people who went and bought the cardboard VR headsets for the Switch.
Oh, the Labos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
but-
but they're cardboard when it's a VR. You put it on in front of
Oh,
your face.
I
Can
mean,
you imagine how heavy that thing is, having a Switch attached to your face?
oh yeah, no doubt it probably broke a few times. They probably broke their Switch because of that.
Right? Has anyone ever tried it before?
Have you
No.
tried it?
Why would I'm
No.
not spending money for cardboard.
I mean, get your own cardboard and just make it into a little.
That's not the same.
What the fuck? It looks like.
It's
Why is
ex-
this?
exactly. It's weird.
It looks like.
Like they got
were
people
trying to-
doing, they're like doing this with it, and you're like, this doesn't look comfortable at all. This does not look
It's
comfortable.
working out.
It
It's not meant to be comfortable.
Looks like a wheel.
But you're
and,
supposed to
like,
get a satisfaction from working out. Like the pain is supposed to be somewhat satisfying. It looks like the pain here looks retarded.
At any moment, that band can break and just cut your hand
Yeah.
or slap you in your face.
The
we
Switch
coulda-
is embracing questionable anime games to it. I've seen this. Just waiting for the Switch Pocket pussy attachment.
No.
It attaches via USB Type C.
Reed's like, I'm all in.
I'm two thumbs up.
Just
Reset.
don't make it out of cardboard. Also,
Yeah, for God's sake. Don't give me a cardboard.
Make it out of lavender and furry carpet.
lavender. That's a scent.
Furry
Well, no,
carpet.
lavender is a flower. Well, it's like a shrub, but at the same time, I know
What would
what
they
you mean.
name that anyway? What would they? Well, how would Nintendo name that?
What, the pocket pussy?
Yeah, the Flasher,
The fuck me, but you spell me MII.
the Flasher.
The Nintendo Fook me FOOKMII.
Okay, I see that being the name. No, Nintendo.
How do you make the Switch recognize the controller?
It uses the
Some
USB
good
Type
old
C.
biometric.
You gotta put it on.
You gotta put it on your jug and be like, welcome. Such
You
and
gotta,
such.
you gotta put it on, and then in order for it to sync
can
with the
create-
console, you have to bop the tip of it while it's on.
You can create your anime girl.
Just give you a little jolt, just, oh.
And it can adjust
It
to all
vibrates.
sizes and girths.
I'm telling you.
Are you ready? Such and such. Press.
It would
the
be
tip.
it'd be into a game. It'd be like, Yorati, and then you could create the
This is
girl.
an attachment that comes with Galgun 3.
Oh, no. It's a belt. It goes around your waist, and you go like this. And you bang, bang, you
Bang, 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 bang.
It's got a tutorial course to teach you how to properly do it.
In this new game, your dick is the gun.
Your penis is the ruler and the weapon.
in the world.
Travel
Where
to
there's only one dick. One justice.
travel to different dimensions and spring upon
Have you-
yourself with many women, a variety.
the Earth's genetic structure has weakened. We must now bolster our race with alien DNA.
We must travel to the stars and seek stronger seed.
This is the new ancestors,
We are called the Lube.
the Lubers.
We slide our way through the universe.
Oh God.
In and out.
Nintendo, I have to give respect to Nintendo. They try. They don't always succeed, but the Switch was a massive success. But this thing they're trying to put with it's not.
Japan just needs to get laid. Seriously.
Japan.
What?
Wait, what?
We're making a fake. This isn't. We went back to the workout thing.
I'm pretty sure
This
Japan.
is a workout.
This is a workout device. You're telling people they need to
No,
get
he's
laid.
saying they need to get their exercise needs to be them just getting laid the old way.
Basically.
Oh, Tyler.
Which I have read statistics that say that Japan's like birth rates are plummeting, but the young people are having like not just less sex, but they're having so much less sex than their parents that the government is actually becoming worried.
They're
That's
just like.
why anime, yo. That's why.
That's probably what it is. The animes are. They like. I want anime vagina. That's
Like
it.
seriously,
No,
like
no.
I've seen multiple articles on my Google.
I've seen that too.
Young
That
Japanese
is
people just
plummeting.
aren't fucking.
I've also heard too that it was so bad that they've actually tried to find ways to encourage them to have more sex.
They're eventually going to just start having to put hormones in the food just to make people.
We'll
Put
pay you.
a vi-
dude.
A Viagra and a hot dog.
If you show us the birth certificate of this child y'all have produced, we'll give you a money.
We're gonna put Viagra in
We'll
their hot
give you
dogs.
money,
Money.
one
a
whole
dollar.
money.
One
Well,
one
that-
dollar.
Money.
$1.
First off, why would they give him $1? That's not. It's yen.
I'm sorry.
Get it right.
Get out of here, Ken.
18,000 yen.
Get out of here, Ken. They're trying to.
Shit.
Son of a bitch.
I'm not racist.
Racist.
Talking about America owns everything. They all use our currency.
No, Disney owns everything.
Well, from what I'm seeing online, like anime stuff, it's like it's not like they're not thinking of this shit. They're just not doing it.
Maybe because what they think in anime form, they can't do in real form.
Well,
No,
they're
it's not
not. Well, they're not wrong.
Yeah, I was just
Some
saying.
some things are physically impossible.
Something-
There are things that I've
Yeah.
seen done in anime that are not just anime forms of
What's-
Japanese artwork that are physically impossible. I swear to God.
That's
Well,
what I'm
it's not
saying.
that- To me,
Tyler,
I think
what are you doing?
anime is just a. Yeah,
I saw him moving like that. No, wait, what are you doing?
Tyler. Tyler.
Like a guideline. 'Cause if you think about it, you see like most of the animes, right?
His
You
pre-order
have
for his pre-order for the Fook Me came in early.
The
Pre-order
prototype.
the Fook Me now and get the. God damn it! I didn't
Get the
think
Fook Me
joke through.
Fook Me Plus.
It's like you
Strong-
get a special adapter that can go to. I don't know. I don't
A
know what-
special adapter that goes into your ass to reach your male G spot.
You get the prostate adapter.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
I mean, like
Okay.
if you think about it, every anime you've seen so far that's been lewd to hell.
Thanks for helping me out with that.
Not
joke, by the
everyone.
way.
But not everyone, but most of them. Case in point, Darling in the Franks,
Kill the kill.
Kill la Kill. You know how they suit up in Darling in the Franks?
They don't
Bitches-
suit up weird. They sit weird.
It's the same. Face down, ass up.
That's because the controllers are on their hip. Gosh, where else
I'm gonna
gonna
need
be?
you to stop kidding. Trying to.
Ken's trying to justify it right now. He's trying to
Well,
verify.
First off,
Their
if I had-
BDSM is so
First off,
powerful.
first off, Tyler, you say it like it's not a way you'd want to
It's
operate
not.
the machine.
It's not. It's not.
If
It's
I had
just.
if I had to operate the machine by the girl being doggy style in front of me, I'm gonna accept it.
It's like
It's just
I
not-
wouldn't really.
I'm
be
not
opposed to
complaining.
it.
No, it's not. It's
I-
not that. It's
I
just
think
like the
that's great.
message- It's like the message they're trying to tell us. Please, fuck us. And it's like
hey,
can't get over
What's
there. To do
wrong
that.
with that?
so to be fair,
It's
Tyler,
nothing?
hey, listen. To be fair about that anime, they
Uh-huh.
did it. They did admit that there was a purpose to that because they have the more they're like, remember when Zero Two told him that the doctor told her that it's better that the pilot is actually a little perverted because it helps them sync together. It's actually supposed to be that way, and
Is that her booty?
they're literally the people in there. They're called a piston and stamen. They're for flowers. That's what they're called.
Is that a booty? Should be
I feel like
that.
it turns
Shit.
out being perverted is actually a pretty good motivator.
Being
I
perverted
activate my
brings
trap card,
people
slap
together.
ass. Just slap
Perversion
ass,
brings
it
people
does.
together.
It does.
Is it a pistol? Or a stamen?
It's why we're all here.
Exactly. That's why we have kids.
It's why
Our
we're all here to
perverted-
be
our
on this
pervertedness
podcast today.
brings us
as
kids.
much as we don't want to admit it.
Hey, that's the thing. Look,
So perverted these
I am a
days.
proud perverted young man. I'm okay with this. Okay.
Never
That's
break
toxic
down.
masculinity, Jeremus.
Oh no!
You're a toxic male.
Triggered.
I triggered so many. I'm sorry.
You're guilty of a microaggression.
Microaggression.
This is 2019. You can't be that way.
You're no longer allowed to be attracted to the opposite. Hiya!
What's wrong?
There is no gender. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
silly me,
yeah.
silly. Oh, hey, I'm guys.
Reed,
I'm cool.
Reed, we're
I'm
gonna have to kick
sorry,
you
I'm
off the
sorry.
group. We're gonna have to kick you out the
I'm
group.
sorry.
Oh, what did he do? Reed, what did you do?
Classified.
I've stumbled
genders.
into a spider's web.
He thought he was roasting the masculine scum. In turn, he was the masculine scum.
No,
was
I'm being eaten by my own.
All right,
He looks
boys.
down and sees only Reed is eating Reed.
Oh my.
All right,
It
boys.
turns out that Reed's greatest
Why?
nemesis was himself all along.
It was him that was beating himself.
All right,
Oh.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Before, because I see Ken, you got an anime roundup, and I know that's gonna be
Uh,
juicy. Before
Yes.
before we get into that, because I see the boners coming up. I see them
Oh,
happening
my.
right now.
I don't think you should be looking at that.
Well, it's you're bringing
Get
it's,
down,
It's coming
get
up. Like,
down.
no, we got to talk about.
No, I'm telling you.
We got to talk about some games that have come out, and a game that will be coming out. And Reed, I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to be alone on this one for at least on my side.
It's all good.
I-
Hey, it's all
I
good.
respect what you're doing, man. I do. I just can't wait. I just can't. So, but we're gonna talk about that last. But of course, we had Gears of War 5 that came out. Now,
Well,
it has
only early.
early for. I was gonna say people who have the Game Pass, you get it 4 days early. It comes
Is it just Game Pass or is it the premium one or whatever, the one for
the
PC as
ultimate.
well?
The PC
Ultimate
is
one.
the PC one is the ultimate. I don't know for the Xbox players. What that
Okay.
one is, but I know for PC, if you have the Ultimate Edition, which you
Mhm.
could sign up, and you get it for like $2 for the Ultimate Edition if you don't
Uh-huh.
have it already. So I know I haven't gotten a chance to play it because I'm gonna be doing a video on it, so
That's amazing.
I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited to
amazing.
play it.
It's Gears. It's gonna be more of Gears.
Hey,
What
not-
machine did you steal that
Don't
from?
be a
Tyler?
don't be a hater.
It's mine.
Ken.
Ken, don't.
I'm not a hater.
Ken, come on, don't
Quit
you?
being such
Don't you
a
have the
hater.
Game Pass? Don't you have the Game Pass?
What new? What Tyler?
Cog
since you-
since 2007.
That's longer than the cogs have actually probably existed.
No,
And that
game
war.
came out 2007.
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
in
war.
that story. In that story, they probably have it.
68 years in the
All right, Tyler. No, for real though. Like,
Okay, what's up?
did they add any new gameplay mechanics into the base game?
Yes, they
What?
did. For example, I don't know if it'd be spoiling enough, but
Just don't say nothing story related.
yeah,
say
no,
gameplay.
it's not story, just gameplay.
gameplay mechanic. You have a thing called David. He's replacement for Jack from the other games that you know, them little tiny robot that flies around, solders doors, and opens doors for you. He
Okay.
comes with new abilities now. Like for
Okay.
instance, if you're in battle, he can pop a shield out of nowhere,
Oh.
flashbang enemies. He can actually also grab ammo and guns on the field for you if you can't get to them. Yeah, that was really cool. When he
I
did
like that. That's convenient.
Now,
It
do you-
is.
Do you have it multiplayer?
Multiplayer wise, we have. Oh no, I think we have him in Horde though for David. Because like
Well, Ken,
he
I
has-
thought you said you were playing it. You're gonna play it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's played Horde yet. Have you?
Oh, I play Horde. Yeah, I play Horde.
Okay.
No, what's
Um,
what's the other one? There's Horde. Is that the one where you gotta escape? Okay, that's the
No,
one.
Escape. Escape is pretty dope too. You have a set time limit. You gotta basically run through a maze of enemies in order to find the exit. I will say this: it is challenging. It's fun.
If
That
you
sounds
if,
like an interesting
It is
addition.
if you
really
were playing
fun.
if you were playing with Ken, Reed, and I, then you wouldn't have no challenge. It'd be easy.
Oh no
Cupcake.
no! It'll be some challenges.
He's already got the Dat Boy crew. He's already got them.
Well, now he
True.
needs the off the top crew to be in there.
But also, just like in Horde,
We're off.
Escape,
We're off the list, crew. That's what we are.
each character gets their own special abilities. So like as you saw the Halo crew, Cat and Emil from Halo Reach pop up in there.
Emil, yeah.
Yeah, Cat. One of Cat's abilities is the hologram feature from Halo Reach. So you can send a hologram out into the field.
Wait, she's
That'll be
actually in the game?
Yeah, they added them
Yes.
in there. They added Batista
Ter-
in there.
Batista,
Terminator.
They had
Terminus,
Terminator
Sarah
to it.
Connor, I think her name
Really?
I
is.
ain't seen Batista yet though, which I think
You
he
didn't
must
see
be
like I think
released.
there was like a trailer for Batista.
No,
There
there's a
wasn't-
trailer for him, but he hasn't been released in the game yet.
Oh no,
It
I,
probably
I,
comes out with the full game.
I
When
think
it actually
so.
Releases.
does the
yeah, that's
Terminator
that
does the
probably.
Terminator skins and everything come out with the full game too?
Yep.
Okay.
No, the Terminator skins and come out now. Like if you got
Oh.
the Game Pass, you can get the Terminator skins and the Halo skins now.
Oh.
We all know what Kate's real ability is from Halo, to not have a shield that protects her head.
Which
Yeah.
is some bull crap, man.
Got killed
But,
by
but-
the-
but at
That
the
was
same
one-
time,
Yeah.
oh, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, that
But
was
it's-
just a dumb part of the game. One cutscene, it just goes straight through her head, and it's like, where were your shields? Where did they go?
Oh, yeah, if it was a needle rifle too, which doesn't.
I
really-
know, I
if,
know.
If they made it a beam rifle, it would have made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Halo 2 was like ridiculous with them beam rifles on that one stage. Legendary. One headshot and you're dead.
I'm
Niggas
still
see-
I'm still waiting for the Game Pass to have all the Halos so I can start playing
Halo,
them.
first off, Tyler,
Ooh, I will play them with you.
we know
They're
we
coming.
know
They're
Halo
coming
3
to it.
You
we
said
know
what?
Halo's
we know
coming to
Halo
the Game
3
Pass. It's just
on
a matter
Legendary
of when
was
they
the worst
release
one,
it.
because when you're going through the forest and the snipers,
No.
Oh, all those jackals
That's
with the beam
easy,
rifles?
No, that is easy. No, Halo 2's beam rifle stage was the hardest. The one where for Master Chief meets
Mhm.
the Grave Mine. That stage is
Mhm.
ridiculous because you don't
I-
even see them.
Halo 2 had several moments where I was like, this is just punishingly difficult. Like, it's not even like reasonable, but anywho. But
Any more?
Yeah, man.
See anything else for Gears? The story amazing. Not gonna spoil anything. Graphics phenomenal.
It better be.
A
It's new
really
gen.
big upgrade. A really big upgrade.
Better
And
be.
the game seems more fluid in their combat
Mhm.
and how the characters move through situations and objectives. So they already said something about the open. We already know about the open world, right?
no, so don't say nothing about that.
Okay, won't say nothing about the open world. Okay. See, multiplayer wise, I haven't played the multiplayer. Only ones I played were what?
I'm just waiting for a Gears of War open world RPG as the next one or something.
No, that would be.
It just plays like Mass Effect. You go up to someone, there's different dialogue choices and everything.
That shit would be awesome.
And then there's always a fifth option that says "fuck this," and you just pull out your lancer and chainsaw whoever it is.
chainsaw whatever ally character you're talking
Renegade for
to.
life.
I'm done talking to you.
Die, you
You
locust
stole
scum!
my cookie. Ugh.
Die, you
Oh,
locust
God.
scum! I can see through your fake skin.
I'm gonna probably try to
Oh.
play some tonight.
But all in all, Gears of War 5, I'd give it I give it a 9 out of 10. I
What
give
could
it
it
a
have done to make it a 10?
That, my friend,
Nudity.
you will have to you have
Goes,
to play the game.
there's
Okay.
some story
That-
stuff going along with
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
like that one. You have to
I didn't know
play
if it
the
was.
game.
I didn't know if it was gameplay or story.
Oh no,
Ah.
gameplay wise, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
Gameplay wise, it's amazing. But the one thing,
In the story, do you think it could be fixed up in the next one, whatever it is?
no,
Okay.
no.
Oh, then it's bad.
Oh,
It's some shit. It's some shit. I'm trying to make you go play it. Well, audience, if you got Game Pass Ultimate, get it.
I think
Trust
if you sign up, it's like $2. So it's cheap.
Yeah, they got to you can sign up for $1, I believe. You get a first
$1,
time.
yeah, $2.
no, I think that was only an E3 thing.
No,
Oh.
it's $2 for just the ultimate, not for the basic.
Since we're
Hmm?
dialogue, it reminded me. I thought about that because when I played Mass Effect 1 my first time, anytime I always saw the dialogue option said "time to shut you up," I picked it, and it would just be one person just punching them in the face. Like one time, there was just a woman reporter that kept asking me questions, and it gave me the option to hit her in the face, so I just did it.
Fuck
You're
that
like,
dude.
get out of my face, you bitch.
Yeah. She was
And I-
saying all this shit. Oh,
And
you
my,
are sorry,
and my guy, and my guy was good like all the way every other time, but as soon as it gave me the option to hit people in the face, I would take it.
You're so messed up, dude.
You couldn't. You probably didn't do the Miranda mission then.
I never played 2 or 3.
Oh, what?
You never played Mass Effect 2?
I've never even touched 2. I've
What?
touched
You gotta
3.
play 2. You gotta
So
play
you only
2.
punched the wait. You punched the reporter in two, don't you? Or is that
And
one?
you punched the reporter in
Uh oh,
one.
look what you done did,
Ken.
Ken.
And you also punched the
Ken-
person in the. You also punched
Kenneth.
Mr.
You
Hollis.
disappoint me.
You do, Ken.
Mass
Okay.
Effect 2. Look, I played Mass Effect 3. I had my problems with the ending, just like everybody else. I'm not saying anything new. But Mass Effect 2 is one of the best RPGs
I
of
can't.
all time.
Kasumi is my girl.
I can't.
You-
put my-
Baby in the shadows.
I can't put myself in there to just be disappointed with.
You
the
know
ending.
how
Right.
then ended at Mass Effect 2. The ending of Mass Effect 2, if you do all the missions for it is the most satisfying end. Ken.
Look what you done did. Look what you done did.
Two, you have to play it. Like
there
you know,
Mass Effect? Is there a
You know how
Mass Effect
people-
collection on Steam?
there might be. I'm sure
Maybe.
there is.
Anyway,
You know
I'm
how
gonna check.
people talk about Knights of the Old Republic and how that's like in a sacred place in people's memories of like one of the best RPGs. Mass Effect 2 is that for me. Mass Effect 2 has its spot in my top 10 games of all time. You have to play it.
You got to.
You must.
Yeah, you gotta play it
Ken.
because yeah, you gotta play it.
You must.
You gotta play it, Ken.
You must play it.
I remember when I was in Mass Effect 1 and I talked the final boss and
Mass
he killed
Effect
himself.
1. Yes, sir. So like, Saren, you can't do this, man. You know you're doing what you're doing right now is wrong, but I can't. The creepers are too strong. Saren, up to you.
And then you're like, and it's like, and then you're like, immediately phase 2 now. I'm like, what?
What the fuck? I thought you killed
I
yourself.
said-
All right. All right. Next on that list, Remnant of the Ashes. Great
Oh,
game.
that's one of y'all.
It's a great,
Great
game.
game. Tyler, when you, oh, first
I'm
of all,
really enjoying it.
Tyler, when are you
I-
gonna get it? When are you gonna get it? Exactly.
I got something coming up this month. I need to save some money.
So the only thing I need to say about Remnant is I think it doesn't have enough content. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel the same way.
Mm.
I feel like there should be way more you could do in the game.
It's great. I like the premise of it. Boss fights are kind of boring in the sense that the only they have a mechanic, yes, but then they all fall back to the same mechanic. Let's send a bunch of ads at them and make them
Okay.
keep fighting
Yeah.
basic enemies, which
Yeah.
I mean you kind of have to work with because you need ammo.
You do.
That is the one part of the game that I would say is somewhat lackluster. I do like the game mechanically.
Mhm.
I think combat flows pretty well. But if there's one thing that I don't like is that not only do the bosses end up all sending a bunch of ads at you, like Ken said, but they're kind of one note. Whereas, like we've said before, you know, that game is kind of taking a lot of the premises of Dark Souls and games like Dark Souls and sort of converting them into like an action shooter game, which is pretty cool. But one thing that they didn't implement very well was the bosses. If they have a phase, the phases, except for the final boss is
Yeah,
really
final bosses.
hard.
Woo. You got it. I
If
got
all the other bosses could kind of follow his lead to a lesser extent, of course, and have
Mhm.
their own sort of like, oh, they gain some new ability when they transform that has all these different applications, but they're
Mhm.
mostly just stronger versions of themselves from before if they do transform. But
Mhm.
I'm kind of partial to games like Dark Souls 3 where every boss has like 2 health bars and you know, as soon as they die, they pull out some new sword and some new magical ability they can use and now it's a whole different fight.
Yeah.
And they also don't spawn a bunch of minions.
Well, they don't need to because the bosses.
No, because the bosses in those games are hard enough.
They're difficult.
Well, that and because they don't have to do it in Dark Souls too because you don't have to worry about ammo. You most of the time unless you're using arrows.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
I don't. All arrow run sounds terrible in Dark Souls. So
I've never done it and I never want to do it. I've done an sorcery run on pretty much every Dark Souls game except for Bloodborne because Bloodborne, the magic mechanics in that world are not nearly strong enough to carry you through the game no matter what you do. Like
Yeah.
you could get your magical skill arcane up to as high as you want. You are never going to be able to go through that game using just magic. It can't be done.
Hmm.
So, Dark Souls
Um,
games you can do a sorcery run, but not blood. Not a chance in hell.
All right. I got a game today I was playing called Children of Morta.
Is that right?
Is that new?
Morta, Morta. It's like a pixel roguelite game that plays like Diablo in a sense. It's based off of like a world being corrupted, stuff like this, and you have you're a family of heroes that have been generations and generations and stuff like that, and each different family member is a different class basically you can pick as local co-op, and it's gonna have online co-op later on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
That's
cool,
interesting.
cool.
Yeah, we need to.
Diablo is the only real roguelike that I've played, so I'm not super familiar with the genre, but I do like Diablo. I like Diablo 2. I didn't play too much of it. I played more Diablo 3, but
yeah, I played.
I
a lot
enjoy
of
the
Diablo
combat
3.
systems in those games.
Yeah.
How much of it have you played?
72 minutes, only a little over an hour because I bought it today.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I was bored and I was looking at my game list and I'm like, nothing here sparks my interest. As I look at my like 150
As
game
you,
plus.
as you scroll past Hentai Minesweeper, that doesn't catch your eye.
Oh my!
You know what's funny
That's a
is
game
that
I have. It's free.
I have
Oh what? I want it.
I have every launch, almost
That's
every
funny.
launcher
as
that's
I scroll
out there.
as I scroll past Honey Pop,
Oh,
the Bejeweled
Hey.
hentai game.
Hey, Honey Pop, look, I crushed some Honey Pop, boy. Let me tell you, Bejeweled was my game. So when I saw that, I was like, oh well, I get to see some boobs.
Do you actually have it?
Okay, so here's the thing. So
Are we-
so back in the day,
we can each reveal our
hold
our
on.
dark
Back in the,
secret
I'm gonna
at
tell you,
once.
back in the day, when I was broke and I ain't have no life to get games,
See, this
I
boy's
found
done
a
the right
I
thing.
found a website that had every game on Steam, and I do mean every game on Steam that you could download and get for free. So when Honey Pop was like a big thing, I was like, I want to play this game because they would censor the good stuff, and I want to see what that's like. So I went on my website, they had it, downloaded it, and I went ham. So I never bought it, but I did play it. I did play. I
See,
did.
look, I've lost all care. I'll just buy them on my main Steam account.
Well, now I'm the same. you good?
What do you have here?
That stick
This
is
is my thinking stick,
That's a stick right there.
Oh.
and it works. It
This
doesn't
is-
sound like it should work, but it works.
So I just have I have my stick like that, and I just named it Diplomacy. So when they say can we handle this diplomatically? Yes. Let me
You
go.
say yes. You know what? I
Let me go get
came up with a
diplomacy.
good name for my thinking stick too. I call it the complaint department.
Yes, let us use.
Let's take this up
diplomacy.
with the complaint department.
But,
We found.
but yeah, that was my. Oh, I gotta tell you guys a story too before
Go ahead.
everything. No, I'm not gonna tell you yet because I still got a few things I wanted to say as far as the gaming section.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm not gonna really talk about this because I'm doing a review. I'm gonna be doing a review on it. But Ghost Recon Breakpoint beta, it's got some problems, I will say. But as far as the gameplay,
Uh-huh.
it's never been more satisfying. The guns have never felt more satisfying in that game. It's great. I can't wait for the game to come out.
It goes boyoka boyoka.
No, it doesn't do Booyaka. Get out of here! Get out of here, Booyaka Booyaka. So I
played a little bit of Wildlands. Is the gunplay like tighter and more satisfying than that?
Yes, it's much tight. It's very tight. Like literally when you shoot it feels good. It feels good to do it. So I'm really excited to play this. I really wasn't in. I have Wildlands. I have Wildlands, and I was like, well, maybe I'll play some Wildlands before the game releases, just to play it. But then I played Breakpoint, and I was like, this game. First of all, it looks beautiful. It looks really good. It's a really good looking game. It has some very interesting mechanics that affect your play style and affects what happens when you go into battle. The enemies, they seem really smart. So
they seem really
they
smart.
they don't seem like idiots. They seem pretty dang smart, which is like, dang, makes it tougher, which is why I got to play it with friends. But overall, I'm looking forward to the actual game coming out because I know if you have the Uplay Plus subscription, comes out on October 1st, and it gives you either the Gold or Ultimate Edition. Versus if you get the basic, it's October the 4th. So it's still got a couple weeks away, but that is one game I am looking forward to.
It'll be here before we know it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
It sure
Um,
will be.
And the world.
And of course, next Friday drops a game. I'm still debating if I want to get the $99 one or the $79 or the $59.
What?
Borderlands 3.
Oh, that's right.
Sweet
I
Borderlands
forget
3.
about that game.
How do you forget about Borderlands?
Now, when does that game? When is it supposed to come out for all the rest of us peasants?
6 months down the road, I think.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I mean, at this point, I'll be very honest with you.
So
My library
6 months down the road, right when Cyberpunk comes out, so you can forget about it then as well.
that is true. That
You
is
see, Ken, even with Cyberpunk, a game like that, and believe me, I'll be buying Cyberpunk just like everybody else.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, Reed's gonna play
Borderlands 3.
Borderlands religiously.
Borderlands 3 is a game that I cannot ignore.
No,
matter
when
how I
Borderlands
try.
3 comes out, I'm telling you,
I'll make arrangements to be able to
grinding.
pay for that game.
I'm grinding Borderlands 3 because that
I'll
game
make
looks like it's gonna
I'll
be
make
fun.
arrangements. Me, Jeremis, and Miguel beat the bricks off Borderlands 2.
Yeah, it was fun.
Same.
That was fun.
The bricks.
Prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, my leg.
But
I'm looking forward to Borderlands 3.
I don't remember
I'll,
that
exciting
DLC.
stuff, man.
I'll be very
Oh, shit,
honest
I
with
like
you.
DLC.
If
Oh, my leg.
I wish it didn't. It came to Steam early because I would buy it on Steam, but I've just decided to get. I've bought a lot of games on Epic Launcher now, so it's like I've just accepted. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just like
Yeah.
I feel like I've just like I don't. I'm not like I can't. Like I respect you a lot, Reed, because you can hold off. I've held off this long, and I'm just like I really want to play this game. It
Well,
looks
hey, no, I
fun.
can't blame you, man. And all I'll say is, when you start a character and you play with other people, you just make sure that you got a fresh character ready when I get there. my
Oh no,
friend.
I'm probably gonna choose. I have 2 characters I want to play, and I think the one that I was gonna main, I'll wait until you get the game to do that one.
I've already
'Cause
said
I'm going to main the commando type.
I said I wanted to make
I think I was gonna
Siren.
do
I've been saying
the
that since
the
the start.
siren or the mech. I wanted to try out.
The mech is the commando.
Oh, the commando. Oh,
Which
yeah.
one was the-
Okay, then I'll probably do the commando first then.
Who's the animal? Who's the animal caretaker?
Beast.
The Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, I want to be him. I want to try
FL
that.
I like I like your description of him. Who is the animal caretaker?
The animal caretaker.
What?
I can't think. I was thinking it was
I think
Beastman.
Hunter would have been more appropriate to say than animal caretaker.
Yeah. Ken, are you getting the
Who's
game?
the
Are you
dog
getting the game when it
watcher?
comes out?
I don't know, probably not.
Okay, well, I guess I'll be alone for a little
I may
bit.
play as Zane, the operator who uses gadgetry.
Who's that? Are you trying to say commando, but in a weird way?
No. It's an operative class. He's essentially like the
He's like Zero.
because well, I guess he would be Zero, but the characters are pretty different from what
Yeah.
we're used to. So yeah, Zane is he's basically the closest thing to Zero, but he's a little different.
Yeah.
His skills are he spawns a digi-clone and the clone stays in place or distracts and fires at enemies and whatnot. And you can use different buttons to use the active effects of Zane and the clone to swap places. So you can actually teleport between distances with your clone. So I think this is who I'm going to use.
All right,
Oh.
well then I'll pick the Siren. Jeremy, she can be the commando.
You
Alright,
you
I'll
can be
be-
the commando who spawns
Tyler
the
wants to
next,
be the
and
So,
Tyler
wait.
can be the
Animal
Beastmaster.
character.
Okay, so I guess I'm being I'll be the commando when everybody plays, but I'll be the
So
siren all
we've
pop
now nailed down what we're
Okay.
what we're going for.
That makes sense. So yeah, I'm just honestly, I'm just trying to determine if I want to just do the $100 one because I think it comes with literally everything, like future DLC and
Just get
everything.
the $60 one.
Wait, does the $100 one come with the season pass?
I
If
think
it
it.
does, then just get that one.
I think it
Because
does.
you're gonna buy the DLC anyway.
I think it does. Let me open up the Epic Store and see what it comes with.
If it comes with the season pass, you might as well because it's gonna come with a few extra stuff too.
Well, that's
and
what I
you're
was
gonna
saying,
buy
'cause
a
it's-
season pass anyway.
It shows that it comes with it's gonna come with all the DLC. So I was like, well, I might as well just buy it now.
Yeah, just buy it because it's gonna come with all DLC. want to,
Let me
probably.
I'm gonna double check here real quick. I am 18 or for deluxe edition.
What if they brought a mobile suit Gundam to Smash?
Man, burning Gundam.
All right, deluxe.
Yeah,
Comes-
he's already a martial arts.
Yeah.
one.
All right, so it comes. Yeah, it does
I
come.
just
Yeah,
thought about
it
They
comes.
just shrunk
It comes
Gundam.
with the season pass.
Yeah, just get the $100 one if you
Yeah.
can afford it, because you're gonna buy the DLC anyway, and you might get other stuff with it.
I know this doesn't necessarily matter, but it turns out, according to the trivia lore for Zane, he's actually the brother of Captain and Baron Flint.
Oh, really?
So the very first boss of Borderlands 2, Captain Flint.
Oh,
Well, not the first boss, because that's obviously the Bully Mong or whatever. But you know what I mean, the first real boss.
right.
Excuse me.
So
Yep,
yeah.
he's their brother. So who knew?
But yeah, I'm looking forward. Well, I'm looking forward to playing Borderlands. I'm probably gonna try to religiously grind that out and get as far as I can until I have some other people to play with.
Yeah, and then when Jameis plays with us, he has to fake the enthusiasm when he sees story stuff happening.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I
he
can't
has
believe
to
it!
pretend like, oh my god, this is awesome.
I didn't know this boss did this. All right.
What is this?
All right.
What a twist.
One more game before we go to the anime roundup. None of you have played it. I have played a little bit of it, and I stopped playing it because it's hard as crap, and I'm gonna have to play it again. But Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey.
I always wanted to try that game.
That
though. It
game-
looked pretty cool.
Okay, so it's not hard in the sense of difficult. It's hard in the sense of because of the fact that basically you're trying to survive. They don't give you really much help on how to do it. So you're literally just they give you to like little hints of what things do, but it's up to you to figure out how to survive, and you're pretty much having to learn how to, walk or craft weapons. So you're pretty much in this jungle trying to do all of that, and you're like, I don't know how to you're trying to figure it out. It makes you really feel like you just don't know how to do anything. And it just makes it
as if you're-
You feel stupid.
like it's supposed to. And I
like
love
as if you're them.
I love the fact that it does that because it makes it interesting. Like no one person will have a similar experience. Because I know I saw one guy he played and
Mhm.
he killed 2 of his people from his lineage. And I was like, dang, I already killed 1 person from my lineage because I didn't realize because I didn't realize there's a green dot in the middle. I didn't realize what that did. So they ended up starving to death, and they died, and then I got transferred to another. I was like, oh, okay, well, didn't know that. So I stopped playing the game because I was like, I need to figure out I gotta figure out this game because I feel too ignorant to understand how to go about this.
My first baby died. No.
And then I almost died by a giant anaconda snake or a tiger. I'm
Oh,
like, I gotta
shit.
get out.
I gotta climb these trees.
I gotta better get on these trees and hang around, get on them branches. So, I mean, for those of you guys who are listening, if you guys are interested in the game, definitely is a game you will want to get at some point. Maybe not now, but at some point I definitely would say get it because it's different. It's very different.
Mhm.
But I gotta really know what I'm doing before I can really say if it's gonna be in the top 10 in the future. But enough about chitter chat with games. Let's move on to the I forgot what it's called.
Kawaii.
The Kawaii
Kawaii.
of anime
Kawaii.
roundup with Ken and Reed
Mhm.
and maybe Tyler from time to time. So Ken, take it away. Finish us off.
Well, all right.
You're good at finishing
my
people
God.
off after all,
Oh.
Ken.
Oh my. Ooh, where's my fan?
You're welcome, Tyler.
Don't bring that fan out.
What yeah, especially not that fan. I've seen that fan.
You love that fan.
Which one did you want to start off on, Reed?
Well, the one that I think I enjoyed the most, it was actually still Demon Slayer.
Mhm.
We reconnect with Tanjiro. We see that Nezuko indeed is not going to eat people, which we already knew as the audience, of course. But him meeting Zenitsu and Inosuke, the most interesting thing that I found was that Inosuke has probably been the most affected by this entire arc. Because, of course, we all know that the guy in the boar mask, he's really aggressive and he yells a lot. And he gets angry when people try to help him and try to give a shit about him. And when we meet him again, he's just laying in a hospital bed and he just says, I'm sorry, I was so weak. And it's the first sort of moment of admitted vulnerability that we've seen from him. So I think that was a good moment for his character because he actually just shows he was deeply affected by this. This battle showed him how far he has to go, and I think the same goes for Tanjiro. But what were your guys' thoughts on the episode?
I thought it was interesting. I read some more into Hashiro's in the background and stuff like that of them and stuff. Outside of the anime, I don't. It's not. I guess it's kind of a spoiler. Not really. If you wanted to hear about it, but it's about the Hashiro of love and stuff like that. I found out about her character a little bit, some background of her. I don't know if it actually it'll show up in the anime or anything. At least not in this season or whatever. But just a little background on her. If you care about me just saying about her background. So people actually see her as a freak from where she came from because the way her muscle structure is built.
She's got to have something special about her if she's standing among all these other freaks of nature.
Yeah, and then of course she's the only one who uses her breath style. So, other ones I didn't really. Other ones are kind of all the same right there. I mean, I didn't really read about the monk guy too much. You told me about that one a little bit though.
Yeah, his most interesting quality, I think I already.
Discord's lagging again for me.
Yeah, it's lagging here too. I
Mine's
don't.
been acting up.
Dang servers.
I'm able to see both of you guys fine. And Tyler.
All right, good.
It is now. It caught up.
And
Anyway,
your audio is fine too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's being weird. But anyway, the episode itself, that was hilarious. He came back and said, let me headbutt him or whatever like this. Come back and like let me headbutt him and all this. It's just his revenge for what he did in Nezuko.
I did like how they brought that up when he was gone, like after they had shuffled him off and they were just having the actual meeting of just the Hashiras. And they were like, well, in fairness, he actually did headbutt you, which was pretty impressive because he was dehydrated to the point of exhaustion and we had beat the crap out of him. So he was angry enough to get in a good shot on you. So I like that they at least admit, and he of course does the like the face of like, yeah, he fucking got me. So I like that moment.
Yeah, and he's just saying, I'm gonna go kill demon Michael Jackson, and he's like, well, you should probably, and the leader was probably, you should probably get a new sword first then or whatever. And he's like, oh shit, yeah, my stuff's broke.
Yeah, which is not a lie. Yeah, I'm interested to learn more about the master and his past. Like, why is his face like that? And we can tell he's blind because he looks up into the sky in the previous episode and says, I suppose the sky is blue right now.
Yeah.
And so what does that mean? And why do all the Hashiras respect him like with their life? Yeah. Like, they don't just bow down. They all like prostrate themselves instantly when he walks out. So like, what is that guy all about?
And something about like when Tanjiro said about his voice, like it calms, like it just makes me feel calm just hearing his voice.
Is like it's supernaturally soothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely something to that guy. I don't think that he's evil. I'm not saying that this is going to end up, oh, the master and demon Michael Jackson were in this the whole time together. I don't think that's how they're going. But he definitely has something about his past that is
I could see that possibly that evil Michael Jackson may have been one of the leaders for the Demon Slayer. I know people don't know how to act normal in the house. But got Coltrane in another room.
And the Coltrane runs on whole grain.
But I said it'd be interesting kind of if evil Michael Jackson is one of the leaders that was in the past or whatever like that.
I can't, man.
Yeah.
And then you find out that there's some dark evil thing to the Demon Slayer corpse or something like that.
Yeah, which I think that there is. But the Hashiras brought up a good point that a lot of the Demon Slayers that were there on Mount Nagumo were just chumps. And it's like it's a mean thing to say, but at the same time we got a job to do, man. And we're fighting against some real rough cats. So like some real boys, and you can't afford to be soft.
Yeah.
But
all right, I guess the next one, unless you have something else that you want to say about it.
No. I think I'm good. On that. It was a good episode.
Yeah. Dr. Stone.
I did not catch that.
Get, well,
That's cool.
do you
though.
care if we talk about it though?
Oh, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay. Kev
It's
got
cool.
his ass
It's
beat.
all right. I
Super harsh.
didn't care.
He deserves it.
And well,
You
I
didn't
guess
even watch
we can-
none of it, Jeremy.
I guess-
Every
I
I'm,
guess
single
we
no,
can-
that wasn't me. I was talking about on behalf of Tyler, the way he was talking. Like, oh, that's all.
I guess if we can just talk about it, Gen basically decides that the conflict in the previous episode where they were saying Gen is a member of Sukasa's army, or whether or not he's a part of the Kingdom of Science, and he basically told them, "Well, I'm a very superficial person, and I'm going to go where it benefits me the most." Well, he decided that the Kingdom of Science was ultimately going to be where he ended up.
the whole
And-
episode.
Yeah, the entire
Well,
episode was kind of the conflict of the episode, was him deciding, you know what, actually I am going to be a part of the Kingdom of Science, because he decides, and it's funny, my buddy who reads the manga told me about this moment. He said he decided when he asked Senku, could he make him a bottle of ice cold cola, and Senku says, yeah, I could do that for you, and he goes, all right, I'm on your side now, because he really wanted a bottle of cola. So it was funny. But he goes back to Tsukasa, and he basically tells them that Senku is dead for sure, so that he can buy Senku some time to build up the nation and make weapons of science and whatnot. So it was a good episode. Basically, is just establishing their alliance now.
Yeah, I just thought it was hilarious how he got his ass beat so badly.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he
a
did.
scientist, man.
he did get his shit kicked. But yeah, it was a good episode, and I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I mean, there's not much else to say. That's really all it was him going to Tsukasa, telling him Senku's dead, and then, allying himself loosely with the Kingdom of Science.
They found out about the
Science.
ground. They found out about the grand bout.
Yeah, the grand bout, and how the village decides who is to marry the head priestess. And so they basically decide that they're going to enter the two guards who guard the bridge,
Mhm.
and secure her so that they can get her cured.
And you also find out that apparently Kohaku is the strongest person there ever, because even like the strongest guy got beat by her in the match.
Yeah, even Magma, this big muscle bound dude who was the biggest Billy badass their village had to offer, got his shit kicked in
Like Kohaku.
by Kohaku, and he knows it.
I feel like Kohaku is waifu material, kind of.
She is a
'Cause she
waifu.
also has a personality as well.
No. She's funny. She like, when she gets made fun of for being so strong, I think it's funny. They make Chrome, like, he always takes off his clothes and prostrates himself and like carefully folds his clothes next. He's like, I'm so sorry for saying that. And I always thought that was funny. But yeah. Anywho, good episode.
Fire Force.
Fire Force is actually the one that I liked as much as I like Demon Slayer. Tyler,
Yeah.
have you seen the new episode of Fire Force?
No, sadly, no.
Tyler.
I missed 2 animes, but I'm caught up on my
Gears 5 has stole them away. That's why.
true shit.
I'm coming
Yes.
over tomorrow. I'm gonna make you watch the anime.
No.
Get him.
Why? I took off work tomorrow, so I'm coming over to make you watch.
No.
He took off of work
I
so he
know-
can
I know
spend
what room
time
you're
with
in.
you.
And
No, you
Mugen
don't.
will
No.
answer the door.
No, he won't. He won't allow this.
I'll yell through the door, Mugen. I got McDonald's if you open the door.
He ain't gonna do it.
I would open up the door if he had
Nah,
McDonald's.
see, that's why Jerry eventually would get snatched up by strangers.
No,
He knows my voice.
I just know Ken. Ken has a very
Anyway,
distinct salt
well,
about him.
Yeah,
Ah.
he goes up to the door and he sniffs. He's like, smells like the ocean. Ken's here.
Oh, that's Ken.
Hey Ken, how you
I
doing?
smell some sodium chloride. We know what that means.
But Fire Force, yeah, they actually had good action in this one, which is kind of what it was lacking, except for the fight with that one guy at the ashes at one point was pretty
Yes.
decent. But this one actually had a good fight. You actually learned something about an evil force or something like that. Someone actually,
Yeah, we finally get our biggest piece of information about the bad guys that we've never gotten.
which is weird that you're like 8 episodes in and you finally learn about this.
Every single thing that we've learned has
Mhm.
been about the bad guys has been nothing at all, or the most vague, like, oh, there's an evil force in the Fire Soldier Corps and whatnot. It's like, oh, okay, all right.
And it doesn't seem that
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like they're evangelists or whatever is what they're called or something like that. it doesn't seem like they're related to the other group, which is the Jokers or whatever. They're their own group as well, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is weird. They just disappeared completely.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I think on exactly what you think. I think that what we learned about the world was very important to set up if this is going to be a 24 episode first season, which I think that's what they're going for. At least now in episode 8, we now have a direction that we're going. It's like, okay, there's the evangelist. Finally, we have a named villain. We don't know who he is. We don't know what he can do, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. We now have a goalpost that we can chase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shenra says as much. He says, "Oh, finally, I have something that I can go towards." And
now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. Now, just from an action perspective, that was the best animated, and the fight didn't last that long. It was like a 3-4 minute fight. I want to say.
Yeah.
But the animation quality of that fight, however short it was the finest animation quality we've seen from the show thus far. Like him getting punched backwards and him like taking a couple of blows from Lieutenant Rekka. But then my favorite part, and probably your favorite part too, was when Shenra, he kicks him upwards into the air. He jumps a couple of times. The dude punches him. He flies back, jumps up to the roof. And then when he's on the roof, he goes, "Guess what, asshole? Now that I have you in midair, you have no foothold, and everywhere is a foothold for me." And he just launches downwards and hits this man with the mean. I've never seen this in anime, and I'm glad I saw it for this first time. He hit this man with the meanest heel kick there ever was. He catches this man,
Tyler.
He catches this man across the bridge of his forehead and his nose, down with his heel.
After doing like fucking like 20 backflips.
After doing like 20 superpowered backflips to speed himself up and increase his torque, he catches this dude in the face and buries him in the concrete. Like, and the way that they
shows this man having like a seizure on the ground afterwards.
Yeah, after the smoke clears, this dude is like, oh, like he's having an aneurysm from how hard this dude hit him in his fucking forehead. And I know that I get animated when I talk about anime fights, but while I was looking at that shot of him, the exact frame of him kicking him downwards with that heel kick and the flames just exploding everywhere, I could only just say, fuck you, man. Because this dude had killed children, and you learn that this villain has been sacrificing children's lives to further his own evil agenda. And
you find out he's just insane. That they just
and you find out that he's just a crazy person. So when Shenra, buries this kick into his nose, it's just like, like yes. And then of course, really satisfying fight.
And then of course he actually hasn't lost yet. He gets up, but then the guy who's OP shows up and just freezes him.
Yeah, which I still say that if that guy, he was gonna just kill himself with his own move.
With everyone else, yeah.
So he still would have like lost technically, but he would have accomplished what he wanted to. In any case, I really like the episode. You learn a lot more about like the villains of their world, or at least the foreshadowing of the villains in their world, and we get a really, really, really good action sequence. So I liked it.
I think the bow was a pretty cool fire ability that one person had.
Yep, it was. We don't find out what that other person's fire ability was.
If they have one.
But the guy with the tuba is really overpowered.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, oh, you can make fire? All right, well, I can freeze you while you're making fire.
Yeah, and the hotter you get, the colder and faster it's going to be for you.
So now you just have to beat him without using any fire.
Ain't going to happen.
Or you just hit him fast, use the fire faster, he can blow the tuba.
Yeah, well, once that dude gets his ice on you, it's like the heat from your own fire increases his power. So that dude really is just a shield character. He really is just, nope, I got you. Unless you got somebody who's going to come save your ass, you're done.
Yeah, which is why he said that quote before, saying, what's the use of a shield that needs to be
can't protect they can't protect anybody.
The point.
Yeah.
And that dude with the tuba, his whole power is designed to be like, if somebody else who can drag you out of the jaws of defeat, you are done. So, anywho.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? How'd you feel about that one?
I thought that one was good.
Yeah.
Yep, I thought it was good. Exactly what you think is going to happen, but is good. I don't really have too much to say. I mean, they save what's her face.
Well,
Well, not save her
Save
entirely.
is.
They remove the immediate threat, and there's obviously another threat.
They removed the immediate threat, while now Belle is just in the thick of the threat, where the frog woman and everything is right in front of them, and now they're about to be pissed off.
Yeah, well, you got to solve one. You can't solve all the problems at one time, Ken. Can you?
But Odin can.
Hey, when that girl, I forgot her name, the samurai girl, whatever, the black-haired one, the big
Yeah,
eyebrows.
I can't remember her name either.
But she killed that one person. Like, she literally threw her off the cliff and didn't even try to catch her.
that woman is dead. They asked for it, man. When you start, like, they chucked her off a cliff too after they stabbed her. You know what time it is. It's like, nah. I don't even care. It's like, fuck her.
Yeah. It's probably so the action's probably going to pick up. And they're like, "What is she doing?" And she's like, "I'm just going to blow all y'all the fuck up with me."
And I believe that she can, because like she's getting the one girl is beating her up, and they're making a face like you do, and like a lot of anime villains do, where they're like, "We're about to eat some shit."
And she's like, "Get this bitch off of me."
Yeah, she's like, "Get her off me, because I actually feel like something really bad is about to happen."
She's turned red, and that's not her normal color.
Yeah, so. And yeah, not to mention Hestia and Welf and all of them are breaking in through the front entrance. So it's like, it's just about to be an all-out war.
Yeah, it's about to be a fun. Hopefully the fight will be good. That's coming up.
Yeah,
I heard you caught up with Magical Girl Senpai or Magic Senpai.
Magical Senpai is a really good show.
Yeah, would you? How do you?
I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny sex moments too, obviously.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like it a lot. It's got some good comedy beats. I also started watching Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, which is also a good show, good for the lulls. And it's also really surprisingly good for the feels too. I'm on episode 4, and I've already had several moments where I was like, they're kind of tugging at my heartstrings a little bit here.
It gets worse, trust me.
I'm sure it does.
I've watched
and
all
like
of it.
and the dialogue between my son and the main character, it's really cute, but it's written in a smart way. It's not just like blah, like romance dialogue. It's actually like really well written, so I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's one more. I'm forgetting. Oh well, Do You Love Your Mom or 2-Hit Multi-Attack? Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did.
No.
Yeah,
You did watch that?
I did.
The villain that just falls down the stairs every time
and bruises her ass, and they finally make their own guild.
And the blue-haired girl, she's super. I like her. She's kind of funny. Like
her personality now that she's away from her, is actually more enjoyable.
Yeah, she has like an evil side to her, like how you think on World of Warcraft, you have like a holy priest and you have a shadow priest. She has like 2 personalities, one that's evil, one that's good. And like the girl goes shopping for stuff to help with her bruised ass the next day, and she's like, it's already too late. Your ass is gonna look deformed forever. And stuff like this.
Because every time you look, sigh like, huh. It's like she is burning this bitch. So anyway,
roasted.
Yeah, so she's enjoyable. You learn that there's a whole faction of rebel children who've run away from their mothers who are going to be the next immediate conflict in the dungeon. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. I am.
Yeah,
and I think that's about it. I mean,
yeah. there you go. See, he's very excited that we've reached the end of the segment.
He's agreed.
I flipped up my thinking stick, and I didn't realize how long the.
That's what she said.
So.
Oh my.
Well,
we pay for our little mistakes like this, I suppose.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that's it. We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We made it.
We survived.
We did it.
Oh, I thought we were going Blue's Clues.
No. Oh
that's
my
the
god.
first clue.
All right. Well, for everybody who has joined us on this episode of the podcast, thank you guys so much. So very, very much. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take a break to thank the sponsor, but it don't matter.
You can do it right now.
It don't.
Hello.
It's at the very end, but Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we
What-
can take a
how
sponsor
would you do
anytime.
Well, and still, thank you to our sponsor, Anchor. There will be a cut in the middle of this podcast to go ahead and thank our sponsor. So, but
Yeah.
thank you, Anchor. We appreciate you as
Yeah,
always.
appreciate you for being there for us.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you
there and
so
helping
much.
us make money.
Anchor is there for us when no one else is.
Thank you
I
for letting
appreciate
us make
you
money.
anchoring us to this system.
You're loyal.
You're
I
beautiful, beautiful
appreciate you.
people.
Look, you know what?
Beautiful
There's
people.
two things in this world you need. You need people who lift you up, but people who ground you at the same time. And you know what?
I'm
Anchor's
glad
there for
Anchor's
us.
there. So, just before we go, of course, Reed will be doing we're gonna re-record the ad, but Reed's gonna be doing the ad this time. So look forward to hearing his majestic, professional, sweet voice on one of those. It's gonna be great. But again, thank you guys who are listening and who have viewed our video as well via the highlights. We haven't really opened up a YouTube channel officially for Off the Top. I don't know if we will or will not. We'll see. If I'm in the mood to, I will. If not, I'm not. But for those of you guys who have listened to us on Spotify, Google, Apple, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys joining. Or Anchor. It's Anchor too. Anchor mainly. We thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you guys did enjoy. Again, if you haven't not already, make sure you guys are following us on social media, Twitter at @OffTheTop8, not the letter, the number, and on Instagram, Off the Top Podcast 1. And of course, if you guys want to submit your thoughts, feedback, or even some funny things you find on the internet, make sure to send it to us via email at offthetop14@gmail.com. And you know what? We might be looking for a new fourth. So put your submissions.
Oh.
Put your.
Yes, Tyler, you're getting the axe, sorry.
You're getting the axe, Tyler. We gotta switch it up, man. I'm joking.
Then I can say whatever I want.
No, you can't. Because then you come back and
He forgot to push the button on this push to talk.
Good. But but guys, until next time, tune in for the next episode, and of course, we will catch you guys in the next podcast.
Take it easy, everyone.
Bye bye.
Love you guys very much.
Woo woo.